Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special podcast. This is not going to be a United Kingdom podcast because I'm not going to put this on the channel. I'm going to be putting this on my own YouTube channel. This is going to be a wrestling-centric podcast because, much like last year, I went to Wrestlemania in New York/New Jersey, and this podcast is going to be all about my trip. What shows I went to see, what my thoughts were, etc, etc. And with me, of course, once again, is Denis, who watched the festivities in the comfort of his own home.
Yep.
And I watched it at the comfort of being there. Hello, Denis. How you doing this weekend?
I'm doing pretty good. A lot of wrestling last weekend, so I'm trying to come down from that. I guess, I didn't go there, of course, like you, but I mean, that's a lot of wrestling for the couple of days. I mean, what, maybe 5 days of wrestling? 6 days, something like that. So, yeah.
Well, I went to 6 different wrestling events over the course of my trip.
Okay.
I went to a wrestling show each evening, so I did. But I'm not one of those ones. There's some people I know that went to a lot more shows. Went to in the double digits. It was just like, yep. If I was solely there just to go to wrestling shows, I would do that, but I'm not because I actually want to go around because this is my first time in New York and not there.
Yeah.
So if I went to New York before, if I've been to New York before, then of course I would be like, not bothering going around again. Already been here and therefore would have gone to more shows. But some of the shows were like, way the way. Some of them were in like New Jersey, or like, in Queens and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to bother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always like the independents are always doing stuff during WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
And New Japan and what do they call New Japan and the other one that you are Ring of Honor. Yeah, that you went to.
Yes, which I will talk about in due course because I went to that show.
Yeah.
Instead of the Hall of Fame because I went to the Hall of Fame last year. And I didn't really care too much about it, to be honest. And also, it was 4.5 hours long, and therefore, I did not want to sit there again for 4.5 hours. But
it was a little bit better.
It was not. It was better this time around because it was shorter.
Yeah. And
it seemed to be pretty good for the most part. I've yet to watch it. I don't think I actually will watch it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. I can talk about it a little bit, though.
Yeah, you could talk about it, though. Anyway, actually, you know what? I'll probably just get it going now, just to get it out of the way. You watched it.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of it?
I mean, it was an enjoyable event. I mean, they did something different this year. They had instead of people coming up on stage and doing their little speech on the podiums, you had a ring in the middle of just like a wrestling ring in the middle of the thing, and the podium was on the wrestling ring. And there were no ropes around. Were there ropes around that thing? Or certain sides? I can't remember. I think there were maybe ropes around certain sides, but there was a side there was no ropes. That's where they came up and down from the ring. Of course, there were steps, to make it a little bit more formal. The inductees were, the Honky Tonk Man came on first, inducted by Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South. He didn't talk as long as I thought he would. I thought we were going to have another case of Hillbilly Jim or something like that coming around, but no, it wasn't that bad. He didn't talk very long. He actually came up, thanked a couple of people and sang the Honky Tonk Blues, and that's pretty much it. He went away, and that was it. Who was the second inductee? I think it was it Tori? Tori Wilson was inducted by a returning Stacy Keibler, who actually was there to induct her to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know that now because I've seen like certain clips and that there as well of the show, but I didn't watch it back now.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she was inducted. She gave a nice speech. You know, she admitted that she wasn't hired for her wrestling ability or anything. So that was pretty good. You know, she gave a good speech. Uh, then I think it was the Hart Foundation that were inducted. Was actually Natalia and Bret Hart who made their way to the ring. Nobody introduced them. They just went out and made their way to the ring and talked. And then we had that little
Yeah, that
incident.
little incident that happened. I was at the Ring of Honor show, New Japan show in Madison Square Garden, and sort of, I was checking my Twitter and out there during, between matches and stuff like that, and all of a sudden I just seen these clips of what the fuck. I seen people's handheld footage of on also the actual live feed of the show
Yeah,
of some jackass attacking Bret Hart
hmm
and Natalia, and then all of a sudden, practically a lot of wrestlers and Travis Browne apparently just went up and sort of just took him to town pretty much.
yeah, yeah. Well,
And
it's a pretty frightening thing when you're watching that live. Let me tell you.
yeah, it's also like it did cut out. Now I believe it
Yeah,
did cut out. Like it went to black for a few seconds, and then it just showed
the
shots
audience.
of the
Yeah,
audience. But like you could see it all. Like there's so many videos of it online now of people recording on their phones and not there.
yeah.
Whereas basically, yeah, this guy is apparently, I forget his name, but it's this amateur MMA fighter who has been spouting a lot of shit on Twitter,
Attacking
especially
Vince
about
McMahon and
attacking Vince McMahon and basically bitching about how the women should not be the main event and stuff like that of WrestleMania,
hmm
and just other sort of crazy things apparently.
yeah,
And he seems to be, something's not quite right there. That's all I have to say.
yeah. But it was a frightening thing. I was watching live, of course, and I was like watching, and all of a sudden I see this guy come in, like from the left, and
Yeah.
just jump on, like just grab Brett and bring him down. And Brett went,
Yeah, you could
oh,
hear Brett going,
yeah,
like you could actually hear him going, like, the crowd was like gasping or something.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
And
just,
everything cuts to black, and I was like, what the fuck? And what just happened? And then it comes back, and then you see the crowd, like there's shots of the crowd like screaming and like a little bit panicking, and like, people going, oh my god, stuff like that. And then it cuts again. And then when it comes back, you see the ring, and you see Tyson Kidd and a couple of the New Day guys and a couple of guys.
yeah, it's like Tyson Kidd, I think Davey Boy Smith Jr.,
Yeah,
and, Travis Browne and a bunch of other ones, like, just tackling this guy and then bringing him out. And then there's also, like, a shots video out there of, is it Dash?
Dash
I
Wilder.
forget which one it is. Dash Wilder,
Yeah,
yeah, basically doing an uppercut and knocking him out, apparently.
yeah.
And, yeah.
He just freaking just uppercut him like a cheap shot, boom, right in the uppercut, and you see the guy go down. It's like, oh my god, okay. And yeah, that was very frightening. That was a frightening thing. When it gets to black, I was like, what's going on? What happened to him? You're like, did he stab him? Did he, do something? Or
Yeah, did something like drastic, like worse than what he did though. And that's the thing, like Bret Hart's not the most he's a stroke survivor. He's had a stroke. He's a cancer survivor and stuff like that as well. It's like
yeah,
he's not the most he's a bit fragile. And he's like 61 years old,
yeah.
so he's no spring chicken either.
It's
So
like a really cowardly act to attack him, instead of
yeah,
other guys on there. I don't think he would have survived too much if he attacked DX while they were up there. I don't
nope.
think it would have. Anyway, he got roughed up. A couple of wrestlers. Big E got his hand on him. A couple of. I saw a guy in like gold pants or something like that. Just fucking going to town
Okay.
on him. I think that was Davey Boy Smith Jr. Maybe. Just going to town on him
Okay.
like crazy. But anyway, Bret Hart had the composure to come back and finish his speech, which I thought
Yeah,
was
like I know before that as well. Drake Maverick basically said on the phone, just said, "Just pay this guy no attention. He doesn't deserve the attention."
yeah,
Right before Brett, came and finished his speech, which is like, "Yep, good job."
yeah,
Didn't make him, like it's just basically a good job for him to do that there. To come
like he
back
could have
and do
said,
it,
yeah,
but
yeah, if I forget this, I'm going,
I'm
I'm
yeah,
leaving. So, but yeah, he came back, he did his speech, everything went well, for the rest of the speech and the rest of the night actually. Um, who was after the Heart Foundation? It's really like it was just last week, but I can't really remember who went in.
yeah. That's the thing. Like I cannot say who's next in order, like I said, because I do not know. I never watched it though. It's like the only WWE thing I did not watch over the last week because it's the only WWE show I did not attend.
Yeah. There was the woman that like plans all the
Yeah, Sue Atkinson, I think her name
yeah
is.
plans all
She's the
the
like does the
Make-A-Wish
Make a
stuff.
Wish stuff. Yeah,
She was introduced by John Cena.
yeah. This is like the sort of first proper not first inductee of the Warrior Award that sort of was supposed to be for the thing. That's what the thing he wanted originally
Yeah,
is to sort of commend the people in the backstage, like
behind
the
the
unsung
scenes and everything.
heroes.
Yeah,
Yeah, behind the scenes. And like nothing against those people who were previously got like the award now, of course. It's just
Connor and the
that
other guy.
wasn't what that wasn't what the show was, the thing was intended to be though, but this is the first one now.
Yep.
I was like, yep.
Yeah, so she got the induction. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody in the list. Harlem Heat got inducted. I don't think anybody introduced them. But anyway, they got inducted. Did a nice speech, and Booker T rallying up the Kofi Mania chants. So and Daniel Bryan acting all mad and everything, like getting up and looking at Booker and saying, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that?" So yeah, it was pretty cool. A good speech for him. And then DX came out, and the whole they came in
You
on a
forgot
Jeep.
Brutus.
Say what?
You forgot Brutus.
Ah, Brutus the Barber. Yeah, it was introduced by Hulk Hogan, and he got inducted. He had a pretty long speech, but it wasn't that bad. It was par for the course. Like, I don't know why that guy got inducted, but to be honest with you, I really don't see why, because it was never all that good. I think he never won a belt, maybe a tag team belt, but nothing really spectacular. So
But it's all sort of politics and stuff like that anyway with that Hall of Fame. It's not like, heck, like flipping Drew Carey's in that celebrity wing.
yeah,
It's like it's just some of them you could say, yeah, they rightfully deserve to be there, and other ones are like, not so much.
like Drew Carey's in the celebrity wing and Cyndi Lauper isn't, which is kind of surprising. Cyndi Lauper.
But there's always been this thing that she's declined it though. That seemed to be the rumor. I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, but that was like always been the case where she declined the offer
Really?
to be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah,
That kind of
that's
be
why
weird.
she's not in it though, because I'm sure she would have been in it long ago at this point.
Yeah.
She would have been in it by now if that was the case.
hmm
But I think that's what is being suggested, that she declined it or something.
Okay. But anyway, DX came out and did their shtick, which I think is
Yeah, took a little few digs at AEW.
yeah, because Billy Gunn was there, of course, and
Yeah.
he's now employed by them. So, I don't know what he said. they were like talking about Vince McMahon, and then Billy Gunn said, "Well, Vince can't fire me. I don't work here anymore." You know. So he's like, Triple H goes, "Well, Vince can buy that pissant company of yours, and then fire you or something like that."
Yeah, no, so it's like yeah, just everyone could be like, just have to name their tech. Everyone could be executive vice president or something along those lines. Something I forget exactly what that was said now, but
Yeah.
again, like because the fact is, like the Young Bucks, Cody and Kenny are like all like vice presidents or so.
Yeah.
Like they have that title under their AEW, so they do.
Hmm. And then the crowd started chanting "Too sweet, whoop whoop," like the Young Bucks thing. And then Triple H goes, "I hate that thing. Stop chanting that." He said, "We never did that. We never introduced that. I think that's lame, and we were too cool to chant something like that and something like that." So anyway, a couple of digs at AEW for sure. Like everybody came up and thanked people, and they did their shtick, and that's it. That was pretty much it. Uh, I kind of enjoy. I mean, I enjoyed. There was like crazy stuff that happened during that thing, but all in all, I think it was a good little show. It was way shorter than previous years. Like I was like, some years I was like, man, when it ever fucking end, you know?
Yeah, last year's was the worst. Though it was like 4.5 hours long.
Yep.
Hillbilly Jin went on for like 30 minutes on his speech.
Yep.
So that didn't help matters.
So this year, it was way shorter. People had shorter speeches, and so it was way better this year. So I enjoyed it. I kind of like the. I don't know if they're gonna keep the ring format from now on because with what happened, I'm not sure they're gonna.
Well, the thing is, though, that was because the NXT Takeover was the previous night, though, and I couldn't demolish it then actually have a proper set now, like in 24 hours now, so it just kept it as the way it was.
Yeah.
Because usually it's the other way around, where it's Hall of Fame's first and then NXT Takeover happens.
Yeah.
But it's just the other way around now.
Yeah, that's.
But
I don't know why they do that.
See, people seem to like the way it was, the whole like ring setup, though, as opposed to what it is before. It just seems a bit more, I don't know, just.
Yeah, you get inducted because you did stuff in the ring, and the ring's there
it's
for.
like feel more at home, I guess.
Yeah.
For those ones who got inducted, because this is where I did this is where I did my art.
I mean, it's good, it's
ring,
cool
so.
that they do that, but they're gonna have to beef up security because man.
Yeah, that's the thing. Security. Yeah, apparently the security at Barclays Centre, that's pretty bad though.
Yeah.
They did a terrible job to let that guy get through.
Yep.
And only when he got through that fucking everyone rushed and get the bastard.
Yeah. And you can't blame the wrestlers for, having, getting a couple of punches in and stuff like that. You can't really.
No, he's assaulting someone else. He's trespassing and assaulting someone else. So it's basically, if you do something like that, then they have every right to fucking go to town on them.
Exactly. They can't do anything for that.
Like if it was you or me now going in there and trying to attack someone and I get hit on, it's like, I'm not going to fucking, I'm going to sue you guys for attacking me. I didn't do anything wrong. Well, you practically did.
Yeah, exactly.
I did.
Exactly. He can't. He has no recourse anyway. So.
No, exactly not. Like,
he can't do anything against them.
But that was like the most eventful thing that came out of that their Hall of Fame thing was.
Yeah, pretty much.
That their thing.
Nothing really eventful.
Because if that did not happen, then I don't think anything else would have really been talked about, to be honest, unfortunately.
No, it wasn't all that great. I think it's probably one of the worst ones I've seen, to be honest. It was fun for what it was, but it probably was one of the worst ones they've ever done.
Yeah, like when the inductees were happening and stuff like that, and seeing who was coming in, I was like, yep, I have no interest in going to this whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like the more inductees were getting announced, the more disinterested I was actually ever like I wasn't gonna go anyway though, to be honest. But when it showed more, I was like, yeah, I pretty much made the right choice.
When they started inducted The Undertaker or The Rock or Batista, or it'll be more interesting, but
Yeah, I want to have some of the ones I like, care about though, because there's no one who's really there in that lineup I can say that I really care for.
yeah, like
Like
maybe DX, but yeah, no, not really.
yeah, but I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of DX, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they're pretty lame now today. The jokes that they tried to do at the Hall of Fame,
And the
kind
thing
of
is, the
lame.
DX thing just ran it just got run to the fucking ground as well with the numerous flipping
Returns and yeah,
comebacks and returns and stuff like that. If it was just around for that sort of whole attitude era kind of part, then I'd probably look back at that sort of DX sort of more fondly rather than okay, let's bring back Triple H and Shawn now. They're like 5 to 10 years older now,
yeah,
and they're doing these sort of kind of stuff that should not work and doesn't work.
yeah,
The whole like fence thing, like the voice changer, and like phone dumping the shit on them and stuff like that.
yeah,
It's like yeah, okay, this is just really just feels really stupid now, especially with those guys like they're in like their late 30s, 40s at that point of the war.
exactly, exactly. So yeah, I don't. It wasn't the best, to be honest. It was pretty lame to be one of the worst ones for sure. So while that was happening, you were somewhere else doing something else.
Yes, I'll just go into so this is going to be all out of order pretty much, but I don't really mind. Just like yes. While that was happening, I was at Madison Square Garden for the Ring of Honor New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Supercard, where something kind of similar happened, which you can get to probably start just to start things off.
Hmm.
Where an attack happened as well, a sort of provoked attack happened where a certain ex-WWE stars came in and attacked the Briscoes after the four-way tag match that was for the IWGP and Ring of Honor tag team titles.
Hmm.
And the ones who won that were the Gorillas of Destiny, which is Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, who are the sort of sons of Haku.
Yeah.
They won it, and then once that match ended, I was up. I don't know if you've seen my photos. I've put my photos
Yeah.
up from my view
Yeah.
of the show. I was pretty much up in like the overlooking the ring, and I could see the stage in front of me now, so I could see pretty much the full view of it happening. All of a sudden, in the top left corner of my view and of the ring area, I seen a blonde guy getting beat on and beaten up thing. It's like, and people were shouting, "Oh my god, it's Enzo!" Fucking like Enzo Amore once again, fucking invading, quote unquote, a show.
Real one.
Yeah, real one, and also Cass as well. I actually didn't really see Cass. I couldn't find him anywhere.
Or Kaz.
Or I didn't actually get Kaz. I didn't really get a look. I was focused. I just seen Enzo.
Yeah.
So I did, and he was getting beat on. And it was beating him out, and the Briscoes not there, and fighting him not there. And apparently, people were speculating: is this a shoot? Is this actually real? And sort of, it pretty much was confirmed not too long afterwards that this was a whole work shoot thing.
Yep.
So it was. And apparently not everyone knew about it. It seemed to be certain, I think people had it though and didn't tell anyone else.
Yeah, some people weren't
creative-
informed of what was going on. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't think anyone in New Japan was informed about it. I think this was all the Ring of Honor side of things. Apparently they're going to be part of Ring of Honor. That is a big mistake. A lot of people not too fond of Ring of Honor nowadays with the way with the Sinclair. Sinclair doesn't seem to be a great place, I think, or like I don't know. Like I don't watch Ring of Honor. Like this is the first Ring of Honor show that I've watched. Like it's mostly I went there pretty much mostly to watch the New Japan guys because I watch New Japan, and pretty much the New Japan stuff was great for the most part. It was great, whereas the Ring of Honor stuff wasn't so great.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure how. I don't know how this would have been if you say the Young Bucks and Cody and Kenny and stuff were still there.
Yeah.
And weren't part of AEW now, because that was pretty much, I think, one of the reasons why this show sold out so fast was because people are assuming that they're going to be part of the show, and therefore did not, and therefore
were they still there when they sold out the show?
Yes, they were still part of Ring of Honor New Japan. It was like back in, I think, August.
Yeah.
I think it was when they went on sale.
Mm-hmm.
It was around the summertime, I believe, anyway, or early autumn, where the tickets went on sale.
Yeah.
And then sold out. But then there's like stuff then it started sell it. Like some of the people buy tickets just to sell them on anyway. Yeah. That's the case with a lot of resellers. Like I bought.
I mean, it could have been an
tickets.
event. It could have been a good event, but you never know.
Like it was a good show. Like I'm going to say that. Like, I enjoyed the show overall.
Yeah.
But I think some of the things that happened during the show, like that Enzo thing and some of the ROH side of things, just dampened the show a bit low. Like the women's match on that show was probably one of the worst women's matches I've seen in quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Like those two, the ones with Kelly Klein and Mayu Iwatani, just did not seem to click whatsoever, and no one gave a shit about that match. It just seemed to be, you can hear a pin drop in that arena, and it was just that quiet.
Okay.
And then afterwards, there's this whole angle there with Angelina Love and Velvet Sky. If you don't probably know that they're part of this faction called the Beautiful People in TNA.
Yep.
So they came there, and
when I used to watch
these other ones Manny Leone came, and then they have this whole group called Allure now. I think they're going to be called. That was just one of those little things, and yeah, just like it was a good show, but like I said, and like I'm gonna probably talk about each of the sections I was in, sort of like the crowd around me, like in the sections. The guys beside to the right of me are probably the single worst people. No, not in terms of being annoying or anything, but in terms of actually, participating, being enthusiastic, or getting, clapping along, or cheering and stuff like that.
Yeah.
These two guys did not make a single fucking peep throughout the night.
Really?
The guy beside me seemed to be on his phone half the time during matches. He had his arms folded half the time. He talked to his friend, I think it was his friend, I assume, a few times, but other than that, they just seem to be there and just don't know why.
Like, what the hell are you doing there anyway?
Yeah, why would you go to a show like that then if you're just gonna sit there and be just like I cheer on and stuff like that because I want to pay you cheer guys alike and stuff like that. There, like I cheered on like Marty Skrull during the 3-way ladder match and cheer on gay guys alike from New Japan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Of course, because I like to be part of the show, not be a participant in the show. But if you're just going to be there, especially any kind of wrestling show, if you're just going to sit there on our ass and make no noise whatsoever, then what's the point of going? You might as well just stay at home and sit there, and you'll save yourself some money.
Yeah. Why pay that amount of money to go there and not react to anything? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And also, Kenny McIntosh from Inside the Ropes, he had a guy in front of him on the shows he was at Raw and SmackDown out there. It was just this guy. He was practically sitting down. I think everyone else around that area, he posted a few videos on Twitter. and where they were all standing up and cheering on, this guy was just sitting there on his phone, flipping just on eBay or just looking at stuff on his phone all the time. Dude, basically being bored, it seemed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I just don't understand. Like, to me, that's the word. Like, I don't know if that's the worst kind of fan, or those ones who. Also, there was ones to the left of me as well during the whole beautiful people part as well, where, like, you know, basically acting like kind of attitude or kind of ask us, show us your tits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh god, back to that there. Stuff like that, basically back to those, we all see puppies and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, oh great, we're back to that. Well, I thought we were away from that fucking kind of
Yeah, back to the stupid.
that era, but nope, we're not.
Back to the
There's
stupid
people
people.
still act that way though. Like heck, like back then when that thing was the norm though, we were all probably guilty of it, so we were.
Yeah.
But the women's wrestling has changed now.
Yeah.
For the better.
Exactly.
And like all like the in America, in North America now, anyway, especially around the world.
Yep.
You know, as opposed to, like, you know, back in the Attitude Era where most of the women were just, you know, models and didn't have any wrestling skills whatsoever. There's very few women on, like, the WWE especially who can actually, you know, wrestle.
Yeah.
There was, like, you had your Litas, you had your Ivories, you had your Trishas, stuff like that.
Yeah, a couple that
But
good.
then you had, like, wrestle.
Yep.
Like, well, Trish didn't wrestle first though, but she did become like a good, decent wrestler. Whereas some other ones who are just basically there for their looks,
Yep.
their, you know, their personality, etc.
Exactly.
But yeah, like, I definitely enjoyed my time at the show. Like, I'm probably not gonna go through it. Like, the Ring of Honor matches were were basically the best parts of that show. No doubt. Like, you know, the main event was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Jay White versus Kazuchika Okada. Like, a lot of people absolutely love Okada. Like, they deem him to be like the best wrestler in the world, and he's not my favorite wrestler, but I could definitely
He's up there.
understand why. Yeah, he's definitely up there. Like, he never really puts on a bad match. Like, even with a guy he's not so good, he could still, you know, the fact is he could still put on a good match with him. That just goes to show how great he is and how his matches are paced and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you're gonna get kind of the same sort of, you know, pace, and some things kind of might be the same, but it's just the fact is sometimes you watch an Okada match and you're kind of, you know, on the edge of your seat because, okay, is this going to end now? Is this where it's going to end? Or oh no, it's just another little twist in the tail now and stuff like that. It just makes it, you know, so fun to watch though. And like, I really liked I like Jay White a lot as well. Like, he's come a long way since last year. Like, he made his sort of debut match pretty much against Hiroshi Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom 12. And since then, he's sort of come leaps and bounds, and like, he's like the new sort of leader now, pretty much, of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
And like, he won the title against Tanahashi at the what show was it now? I forget what show it was, but it was like a month or two ago, and then he lost the title. So, the fact is, the last couple of championships changes were that a person won it, and then their first defense they lost it. Tanahashi lost against Jay White in his first defense, and now Jay White lost it against Okada in his first defense, and now it's back to Okada.
Okay.
And probably some people are like, oh great, it's back with Okada again. The guy already had it for fucking nearly 2 years beforehand. But the fact is, like, heck, they lost Omega. Tanahashi is probably injured, and therefore they're going to have it back on, like, the guy who they rely on, and Okada's the guy they're going to rely on.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not like, hey, he's not like Cena now, who, you know, had the belt forever, but the thing was the difference between him and Cena is Okada always puts on sort of great matches, one-on-one matches, whether it's against Naito, Tanahashi, Omega, Sonata, or any of those guys. You're always going to have a great match with Okada, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Ibushi and Naito was a great match as well, but they always put on great matches. They try to kill each other by flipping doing moves that try to land on their necks and stuff like that. Like half the time you're watching them, you just was like, okay, don't die now, just don't flipping land on your head or your neck down, break your flipping and injure yourself now, because those guys just go on full steam ahead and you just worry about their safety more than anything when you see them wrestle. But it was a great match as well, though. I think Ibushi won that, didn't he? He won that. He became the IWGP Intercontinental Title champion.
Okay.
So that's great. The three-way ladder match as Ring of Honor Championship was quite long. I think it was like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Marty Scurll versus Jay Lethal versus Matt Taven. Matt Taven won that. He is the new Ring of Honor champion. I wanted Marty Scurll to win because I really like Marty Scurll.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he did not. But it sucked. But it was a pretty good match though. Anyway, it's probably a bit too long though, but I enjoyed it though. It was probably the best Ring of Honor match. So was on their side of things. But most of the other matches were, some of them were fun, like the Bully Raves, the 6-man tags, like street fight thing. It kind of was a bit of a garbage match. It's like, yeah, if you watched any of those sort of old school ECW matches or old school like standard garbage brawls, then you know what to expect there and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a decent enough match as well. And
yeah,
most of the other matches are just not really worth talking about. Like the Jeff Cobb Ospreay match, the opener for the main show itself was, it was quite good. And the Honor Rumble was like,
Ospreay's always good.
It was, yeah, Ospreay's always good, yeah. But it was the Honor Rumble was like, fine. It has some, some acts like Jushin Thunder Liger. I saw him twice this weekend, so I did.
Yeah.
And that on another show I attended, I'll talk about in due course.
You almost saw him as often as Ricochet and Aleister Black.
Yeah. Because Ricochet and Aleister Black were practically on nearly every fucking WWE show.
They were on every show this weekend.
Yeah. The War. NXT, WrestleMania.
Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah. So they were pretty much working a lot.
Yep.
Like they were probably the most worked in WWE, at least anyway. The rest of the most.
So I guess Vince likes them. I guess.
I guess. Or just want to flipping
overwork
this WWE though, it seems to be overworking them, yes, because there's a lot of it seems to be a curse at the moment with the injuries.
Yeah, it is. I think that injury bug just bit WWE right now. Jeez.
Yeah, now Jax is injured, Big E's apparently injured, Daniel Bryan's injured, AJ Styles is injured.
Sasha Banks wants to quit.
I think Charlotte might be injured, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure. There's probably a few others that I can't remember that might be injured.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, not the best time for some of your bigger stars to get injured after Mania season.
Yeah, I think that's why they're doing Becky versus Lacey Evans. So.
Yeah, which I don't know about that, but we'll just get to that later on.
Not the choice I would have made, but hey,
But yeah, like the Ring of Honor New Japan Pro Wrestling show was, it was a lot of fun though. Anyway, the section I was in was not the best.
Did you see the What Culture guys?
I saw them a few times throughout the weekend.
Okay.
I think the first time I saw them was outside of the Barclays Center after NXT Takeover.
Okay.
So they were. Then I saw them at the Bullet Club block party I went to on Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Then I saw Simon and that again. I think after Raw or SmackDown. I like I seen like noticed him as again, so I did. So I saw him a few times.
Did you go see like introduce yourself? Or? No?
Nah, I'm I'm kind of awkward. I'm kind of a bit of shy / socially awkward guy. I'm just not one of those people that can go up to say hey, big fan or whatever. Not now. I'm just too awkward.
I think I would have went
so,
to. I'm very shy also. I think I would have went and seen Simon and said, "Hey, I love your work, man. Keep it up. I love what you're doing."
Yeah, but there was a bunch of people. There was a bunch of people that did that there anyway. There was like, especially at the block party.
Yeah.
And like there was a bunch of people coming up and shaking his hand, and the other guys saying love your work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they're popular. They have their audience here in the States as well. So they do. It's not just a UK thing now.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of people from States definitely like them.
Yeah, they kind of have a little.
Cool.
They had a little downside when the guys from Cultaholic left, but I think they're picking it up now. They have more personalities there now, like Jules and Simon and other guys that can do the job, and they're pretty good. Adam Wilborn and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's they're doing well. I would have liked to see them and go talk to them a little bit, like Jules and guys like that.
If only you just didn't bother backing out once again and went.
Yeah, I should have went for sure. For sure, I should have went. Decided not to.
Because I actually would like you to go. Like, heck, try to go to SummerSlam at least, maybe, because it's not far from where.
Yeah, it's in Toronto this year, so.
Yeah, which is like how long a drive is that?
5-6 hours, maybe something like that.
Yeah, it's like that's not entirely long now.
Yeah, that's not very long. And Raw and SmackDown are in Montreal next week, which I'm not going either, sadly, for the Superstar Shakeup, which should be interesting with all the injuries. So. Yeah,
like if I was living in Montreal and that was like when the show happened, I would have gone to it, no doubt. Because I'd be like, hey, that'd be one of the more interesting shows to be part of. Because holy crap.
Yeah, it's 2 nights in a row.
The flipping Raw and SmackDown after Mania, with all due respect, they were pretty
They were
mediocre.
Shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they were. It didn't
either rematches or some fucking boring crap that happened. It's like, okay, I don't care. Yeah,
like I probably would not even bother talking about them videos because nothing really eventful happened. Like there was a few things that happened though, but nothing,
Well, Taker showed up, yeah.
Which is like, okay, cool.
Was that Mania? Was that Raw? Okay.
Yeah, is it Raw after Mania?
Yeah.
People saw Michelle McCool, I think around or something, so it's, I think at Mania or something like that. It's like, okay, I assume she's going to be soon Taker's here then, but nope, he did not show up at Mania itself, but he showed up after Raw. People did lose their shit though when the gong hit, of course, because he is the Undertaker, and of course he is going to get a big reaction no matter what.
Yeah.
Lars Sullivan finally debuted on the main roster and attacked Kurt Angle
and the Hardy Boys,
and also then attacked the Hardy Boys on SmackDown.
Yep.
I tweeted that he's the new Legend Killer.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's the new Legend Killer now.
Yeah. Apparently he had like anxiety problems. Apparently.
Yeah, he had a very, very severe anxiety attack. Apparently.
Yeah, that was pretty much the reason why he was kept off for the time being. Because apparently he was supposed to feud with Cena for WrestleMania, but that did not happen. I did say though when that match was suggested to happen, it's like, oh, this is going to put some butts in the seats. Like that's going to sell some tickets. So
yeah.
Not realizing that he has a anxiety problem.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like a dick saying that.
Yeah.
But I did not know that he had that problem. This was before that whole thing happened where he sort of disappeared off the face of the earth, and then it sort of came up that he's because he has some like anxiety problems and therefore he's not going to be on TV for the time being, and he guess he's doing well now to show up, and well, let's just have to wait and see how he does. Who's his first sort of program is going to be with. I don't think there was really anything else you could talk about Raw and SmackDown, was there?
Not really.
Except for what happened at the end
of
with the fans turning on the main event
of Raw.
Yeah. The crowd started chanting bullshit. They started chanting CM Punk. They started chanting AEW apparently during the break. Well, it was during the break, although I thought it was probably during the match, during the TV broadcast itself, but apparently I think it was during the break. People were pissed.
What was the main event? Because I lost power at home and I didn't catch the end of Raw.
It was Kofi Kingston versus Seth Rollins.
For the unification.
Yeah, but then Sheamus and Cesaro came in and caused a DQ, and then it became a tag match with Kofi and Seth versus The Bar, and therefore people were pissed. But the fact is, the matter is that like I knew there was going to be. Of course, they're not going to have a proper finish to this match.
Of course not.
But I'll probably assume it probably would have been done better than what we did get, though.
Yeah.
It just seemed to be more shit than what it should have been.
I thought Seth was going to turn heel or something, or disqualify, and have a match at Money in the Bank.
Something along those lines, I guess, rather than what we got. And that was pretty lazy overall.
Yeah. But you did get the Dean Ambrose send off at the end.
Yes. Which was it was nice.
So I guess he is leaving. I guess.
Yes, I think some people are still clinging on to say that he's taking a hiatus. He's taking a break and then he'll come back a few months later. But I don't know. That whole thing at the end suggests that he is pretty much gone.
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Exactly.
Where he ends up. It's not like he's been the best though. His pretty much his return has been pretty.
It's been bad.
Yeah.
It's a bad return. To be honest.
The whole heel turn seemed, pretty okay. This could go somewhere, and then they pretty much really made a mess of that whole feud.
Yep.
That match at TLC was I don't think it was bad as what some people think it is. Some people thought it was but I wouldn't say it was a great match either. I thought it was it was a boring, plodding match, which should not have been the case considering the fact that these guys were I want to kill you.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It's this blood feud, and they do headlocks and stuff like that. It's okay.
Yeah.
If you wanted to make this a blood feud, just go around brawl and stuff like that, doing punches and stuff like that. Make it a real crazy brawl, rather than just a standard wrestling match.
Exactly. So you want to talk about NXT Takeover?
Yeah, I think before that, I will talk about the other show I went to besides NXT and WrestleMania.
Okay.
It's a show, I went to the WrestleCon Super Show.
Okay.
Which was the first show I went to during my trip to New York. This was, I talked about the WrestleCon thing I went to last year now. This is on the night before that started this year. I did not go to the WrestleCon this year because I don't know. I probably might have gone to it perhaps though, but I just decided not to though.
Yeah.
Because I think most of the people there was don't really particularly care to go and see these people. There's a few people I wanted to see, but just not worth the money to be honest. But yeah, the WrestleCon Super Show, they do this every year now. I just had this show with a bunch of people, and it was in the same ballroom in Hilton Midtown.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, which is like it was in Manhattan. So it was, and it was a lovely room. So it was definitely a nice room. It was a cool wee little venue. So it was, and the seating was good. I had pretty much that was a place where no matter where you're sitting, you're going to get like a pretty good view anyway.
Yeah.
So you were, and it was a good little show. I think this is like the first. It's like the first sort of show outside of WWE seen since going to see WCPW.
Mm-hmm.
3 years, it's nearly 3 years ago now. So I just didn't know what to expect now. But I enjoyed my time. There was a few, I'll just check the matches here. There was Masaru Tanaka, who, of course, if you know from ECW, with his wars with Mike Awesome against Eddie Kingston. It was a decent enough opener.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Phoenix faced against his brother Pentagon Jr. They had a little promo thing beforehand talking about the Young Bucks that didn't really say them by name though, but pretty much everyone knew who they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Tajiri, DJ Zed, Puma King, and Samantha Heights faced against Sam Guevara and LAX. Most of those people I do not know who they are because I don't follow indies that much. Yeah. I know Tajiri, and I know that some of the members of this new version of LAX. It was a little fun little sick tag.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie Eagles against Ares and Flamita in a triple threat match. This was a really good show. Just a lot of high flying stuff. Just really cool moves, stuff like that. It was just a lot of fun to watch. Then I match that probably got a lot of fans buzzing. Just got a lot of good crowds reaction because of sort of surprises. Like there was Jushin Thunder Liger, and then X-Pac and Hurricane Helms faced against this group called Revolt, which I never heard of, but they're pretty good. They're just standard sort of heels. They did their good heel working out there. It was a little fun 6-man tag. This was probably this match here, and then there was an intermission. So there was, after the 6-man tag, there was like I think about a 15-minute intermission. I went to get something to eat. Went to get some soup. Okay. So I did at this store, which was across the road from where the hotel was. Okay. And just came back, and I think I pretty much missed the start of this next match though, because by the time I went back into the room, the match had already started, I believe. Okay. It's Dragon Lee faced against Cavanario. I know of Dragon Lee, but I did not know of the other guy. It was just basically this guy is like kind of Tarzan, like kind of caveman kind of sort of looking character, so he is, and it was a really good match. Yeah, it's really good. A lot of fast paced stuff though. Zack Sabre Jr., who I really like, faced against Shane Strickland. This was fine. I probably just would have expected more, but luckily the match that Zack Sabre had against Hiroshi Tanahashi at the ROH show, which I forgot to mention, was definitely better and a lot more in line of the Zack Sabre Jr. matches that I really like. And probably the match that this was a crazy match in terms of just sort of comedy spots and stuff like that, was SCU, Daniel Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, faced against Orange Cassidy and best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta. Where this Orange Cassidy guy, he's basically the way he just seems, this guy's Orange Cassidy has his like sunglasses on, and he basically acts as a way that it's just half-heartedly, where if he wants to do a chop, he doesn't do like a proper chop, he just does like a little pat, like a slap. Okay. It just like the way he just seems like ooze like cool, like he just does everything sort of half-heartedly, but yet it's so over with the crowd, and the crowd were loving it. And then all of a sudden there was a spot in the match where Daniels got some shades on as well, and all of a sudden that he started that had in certain wrestling matches where you're like you're facing each other, and all of a sudden you're either beating each other with punches or doing chops after chop against each other. They're pretty much doing it there, but standing against each other and just doing half-heartedly chops, or doing like kind of half slow-mo chops or slow-mo punches and stuff like that. Like it's hard to describe. You'd probably have to see it to understand what I'm talking about.
Okay.
To get to what I'm talking about, but it's just very fun. No, it was just a very really entertaining comedy match. And then once also Orange Cassidy's glasses broke, and then all of a sudden he got serious then. Like he started doing his stuff then afterwards.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun though. It was a really enjoyable. A lot of people loved it, and it was like I loved it as well. Like it was just one of those matches. Like I don't need to watch hard hitting technical masterpieces all the time now. It's always nice to have a wee standard comedy match, or standard fun entertaining match.
Yeah.
And between the bigger matches. And then finally it was Will Ospreay against Bandito, which was a great main event. So
Bandito?
Bandito,
okay.
Yeah. He's this Mexican star.
Okay.
He was one of the participants in the All In main event.
Mm-hmm.
So he was against Bandito, was it Phoenix Jr. I think, and Rey Mysterio against the Young Bucks, and who was the Young Bucks and Rey Mysterio? Kurabushi.
Yeah, Kurabushi. Yeah.
And I think that was who it was. But yeah, this was another fun match again. Like I saw Will Ospreay twice. I saw Jushin Thunder Liger twice. I saw Ricochet Aleister Black 4 fucking times. So yeah, that was a fun show. Mm-hmm. But now, let's get into probably the best show of the weekend.
Yeah.
For the second year running, which was NXT Takeover New York.
Yep.
Holy crap, that show was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it did look very good. I agree. Yeah, I mean it looked good from where you were over there. I think it would have been a good place to be for that show. Seeing it live, like I watched it on TV, of course, but I think the action would have been good live also, for sure.
Yeah, I was coming to the show, excited for it and Takeover. And of course, this is going to be a good show. Like I'm going to enjoy it. Like I just wasn't sure if it was going to be as good as last year now. Mm-hmm. Because last year I was like, holy crap, I absolutely loved last year. It was my favourite show of my trip last year.
Yeah.
It definitely has, it's gonna be tough to, exceed it.
Okay.
And fucking by hook or by crook, in my honest opinion, they did.
Is it your favorite Takeover?
Because I'd say so.
Yeah.
Like I loved New Orleans last year, but the one of the big reasons why I thought this show was just it was probably the best show I've ever been to.
Mm-hmm.
That crowd was fucking amazing.
Yeah, apparently the crowd was really hot.
Like it was absolutely electric in that show, and the section I was in was great as well. There were like a bunch of people around me were like clapping along, having a good time and stuff like that. I was like, okay, easily the best section I was in this weekend as well. In the section I was in as well, it's just a lot of fun. People, going for the near fall, like fucking near falls and stuff like that, falling for the false finishes and near falls and stuff like that, and clapping along and stuff like that. It was a great crowd. Mm-hmm. So it was like absolutely electric. Like I just was really happy. I was just really happy. I was like, yeah, I'm just glad this show is as good, if not better, than New Orleans.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people consider New Orleans to be the best Takeover.
What did it open with?
It opened with
I don't remember.
the tag match.
Oh yeah,
the tag team tag
match. Yeah,
that's
right.
Aleister Black and Ricochet versus the War Raiders. Yep. I got there beforehand. I think probably about 30 minutes or so before the show starts. They were doing like the NXT matches, the taping matches, the ones that have on this that had on this week.
Yeah.
NXT show. I actually forget who was. It's who's wrestling now. I think it's not. Oh God, I'll have to look it up here now. So I do.
I have no idea.
I completely forget who was on. That black team now. I don't exactly know.
The Street Profits?
Street Profits,
Okay.
yes, that's it. Yeah. The Street Profits against Fabian Alkner and Marshall Bothell. Then it was Jackson Riker against Danny Burch.
Okay.
Then Candice LeRae against Alea.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen that match. I think I did see that match. I forget. But they were the matches that happened beforehand.
Okay.
They would be on this week on the normal NXT show.
Okay.
But then there's the Raw Raiders, Hanson Rowe against Aleister Black and Ricochet. This pretty much started the night off with a bang.
Yep.
Usually the first match is like always usually a good opener, and then the second match is probably bit down and not so much. But like I really like this match was very fun though. I think Aleister Black and Ricochet make a great team, despite the fact they were pretty much put together.
Yep.
When they jumped up to the main roster, but they do make a great team. I really enjoy their stuff. I think they're awesome.
Yeah, they're very good together for sure. I think they're very good together.
I'd like them to stay together though, maybe win a title perhaps, and then have a program where they split up and have a feud against each other, because I'm sure those matches would be pretty damn good.
I agree.
But yeah, it was a very enjoyable match. Just a lot of flipping crazy stuff. The bump that Ricochet took after he missed his 630 was, that didn't look good.
Yeah.
Apparently
at the very end where he couldn't get up, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently like it may have been, but he was injured. That apparently the match went home a few minutes before it should have.
Okay.
They cut the last few minutes of the match.
Okay.
Apparently because of that, so that's apparently what I found out.
Mm-hmm.
Afterwards.
Okay.
But still, it was still a long match. So anyway, 21 minutes.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
That went for a while.
Yeah. Probably not as good as the 6-man ladder match last year now in terms of openers, but still a great match nonetheless.
Yeah.
And then it is the Velveteen Dream against Matt Riddle. I fucking love Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, that guy is already a superstar. That guy's already a superstar for sure.
Like I just love the way he talks. I just love the way he oozes charisma. I just love the entrance he had.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing as well. Like I seen that entrance, and then I just saw the entrance that I forgot to mention as well, because it was just like a 30-second match. Was Dalton Castle.
Yeah.
He had sort of an entrance similar to it.
Okay.
But I think it's like Dalton Castle. I think those things, his just sort of thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
He does that sort of for a while now, anyway. But I just definitely noticed the sort of similarities.
Yeah.
So it did. But yeah, as Velveteen Dream came out on this getting carried by these people, and had like the statue, like acting like the Statue of Liberty, because it had like from She to Shin, it's had America the Beautiful, like the end of it played a few times, and then hit with his music, and it was pretty cool. I just absolutely really like the character. I think he's like a great wrestler.
He's pretty good. I mean, he doesn't really, to me, it doesn't really stand out. It's just like wrestling wise, it's not, oh my God, he's incredible. He's good, but he's not, like.
No, he's not like one of the best wrestlers. Like he's not one of the best wrestlers per se. Like he's good. He's a good wrestler.
He's a good wrestler.
He's good for what,
yeah.
Like but he's not on the lines. He's not on like likes of Johnny Gargano.
No, I think he's more of a charismatic guy.
Yeah,
That guy's a superstar already. Without
yeah.
you know.
Like his character just
Yep.
works, and I'm just so worried that he's going to get shit when he comes up to the main roster.
Yeah, I would be worried too, to be honest.
Yeah, because he's because like Tyler Breeze, I really like Tyler Breeze's
Yeah,
character, and they fucked him
Tyler
up.
Breeze was great, and they screwed
Yeah, I
him.
loved his character. I loved Prince Pretty. I loved his character when he's in
Yep.
NXT, and they fucked him up.
Yep.
Therefore, I'm so worried they're gonna fuck Velveteen Dream up.
Yep.
Because the characters they have their similarities. Therefore, that's why I mentioned Tyler Breeze, because if they screw him up, it may happen again with
It's stuff
Velveteen
that
Dream.
Vince
So
McMahon doesn't understand. So, you know,
yeah,
he doesn't understand that. So that's why those guys don't go over. Like you know, Tyler Breeze could have been big in WWE, but he doesn't do anything. So,
like I don't think Tyler Breeze would probably be a world champion now, but I think he deserved more than he
yeah,
got.
at least a
Like he
mid-carder,
would have been yeah, really, I like a good mid Carter.
Yeah.
IC US title level at most.
Yeah.
But no, he didn't get that. He got he was just taken during he was brought up from NXT during the second half of 1 year. They paired him with Summer Rae, I believe, and that was pretty much
Yeah.
it. He did get a bit of a spark with the whole fashion police with Fandango, though,
Yeah.
but that's practically it. That's the only thing you're going to remember him for.
Exactly.
Um,
But I mean,
if you only followed,
he would be a great mid-carder. You put him in there, you put him once in a while in a Money in the Bank or Elimination Chamber, just to show he's there. You have a high expectancy for him. You just put him in those types of matches once in a while. Don't make him win. Just put him there.
yeah,
Make him be like in the final
exactly.
2 or 3. See the crowd reaction. See how it goes. Like Kofi, like they did with Kofi or Ali or stuff like that.
Yeah, Kofi, exactly. That's the thing. No, that Kofi thing just lit a spark.
Yeah.
It was just a spark, just lit all of a sudden, and
that wasn't supposed to happen. So
That was not supposed to happen. That WrestleMania match was not supposed to happen.
was supposed to be Ali.
Completely different. It was supposed to be no, it was supposed to be Owens, Kevin
Owens, yeah.
against Daniel Bryan, and then that ended up happening at Fastlane. Yeah, the whole Ali, that whole thing with Kofi was that the gauntlet thing was originally supposed to be with Ali, though, and I doubt that was going to happen. I don't think it was going to go happen with Ali now. Ali's a good wrestler, not there, but he doesn't have the personality as
how
Kofi.
How stupid is WWE? I mean, it was supposed to be, like Kevin Owens versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, like you said, for the championship. And he wasn't even on the show. Like, Kevin Owens wasn't even on WrestleMania. He wasn't even in the Andre Battle Royal. So how logical is that?
I know, for being on a big championship match to not even being on the show at all, it's geez.
That's really insane. I mean, how can you do something like that?
There's no KO Mania 4 this year.
No KO Mania. That sucks. It's really, really bad that they did that. I mean, it's really bad that they did that.
Oh, get back actually to Raw for a bit. Actually, completely forgot. Sami Zayn came back.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you catch his promo?
Yep, I did. Just maybe right before the power went off here, or something like that.
Okay.
What
did you think?
He fought, everything, and when the match ended, I immediately knew when the match ended he was going to turn heel. I knew he was going to turn heel, 100%. Because, you know, he just turns and like, well, you know, then he starts berating the fans. And, you know, like, everything. There's a little bit of Daniel Bryan in there. Like, not the whole save the planet stuff and stuff like that. There's a little bit of
but they kind of come along the same way in a way. But like Daniel Bryan's more about you people, you like wholly get
you destroyed the environment.
Thing, whereas,
you did this, and you know.
Yeah, you eat these like you eat meat and stuff like that. Whereas Sami Zayn's more of the oh, these are critics, these are all cynics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's do this here. You criticize all this stuff and be this day because you have nothing better to do with your lives. Like none of your lives are not exciting enough, and therefore you have to. All you do is criticize, be critics and stuff like that. Yeah.
And I know there was a spot with KO at the, I think the end of Raw or SmackDown.
It was the end of SmackDown after the 205. Yeah, he did this whole thing with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
They did like a whole I forget exactly what it was, but it's one of those things that he's like talking about. Oh, I don't want to fight. Yeah, pretty much like don't want to fight you or anything like that. Nah, just, we know we're buds and stuff like that. And then like the hugged, and then like one of those things where Kevin Owens was leaving and Simon's going, yeah, well I'll tell you, I'm actually the real brains of the operation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, one of those things like talking behind their back, but of course he can hear it.
Yeah.
And like Kevin Owens is. You know that you have an open microphone and I could hear you. I'm only like 5 feet away when he's saying that stuff, and then like he gives him a stunner and like pins him then pretty much.
Yeah.
It was like a 3-second match pretty much.
Yeah.
But it was like a whole little thing after the 205, like the dark match stuff, dark match thing anyway. It was pretty enjoyable nonetheless.
But it's cool if they're trying to bring him up as a heel, you know, if it gives him more exposure.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a choice with all the fucking injuries now.
Yeah, but he was a heel pretty much anyway before he got injured.
Yeah.
So he's just pretty much back to where he was, but it's gonna be interesting now, since considering the fact that Owens is a face.
Yeah. And I wonder how he's going to react since they're going to be in Montreal Monday, Tuesday.
I get curious because I know they got like big ass pops last year, now. So they did.
So I wonder how Sami Zayn's gonna.
I'm gonna how he's gonna try to get the fans to turn on him.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, Sammy.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, back to NXT Takeover here. We're going on a little bit tangents here, but what do you think of this match?
I enjoyed it. I mean, those guys. Was it Rowe and
No, the second match.
Oh, the second match. Sorry.
Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle.
That was very good. I mean, Matt Riddle's great. I love you know how he wrestles. I love his presence in the ring. He's a very good wrestler, and of course I love Velveteen Dream because he's very, very over. Like he's the most over guy, I think, in wrestling right now, with Kofi and probably Becky Lynch. They're probably all three of them are really, really over. So I think he's great. He's great, but as you say, I hope they keep him down there as long as they can, and not bring him up right now. So just keep him there for as long as you can.
I pretty much doubt that he would do just as good in the main roster.
Exactly.
Because you could probably count the amount of people on the one hand, I guess, maybe two.
Maybe
that
two.
Actually come from NXT and have actually done decent.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Owens is one of those few who actually done pretty good for themselves.
Seth Rollins.
But he wasn't he wasn't really on NXT for long.
No.
Like he was only there really. Like he did. Well, he's like, of course I'm talking about like when his debut on TV now. Like of course to be there like longer than that. But in terms of TV, Kevin Owens is really only there for like what 8 months.
The first night he came on, he fucking beat John Cena. His first pay-per-view match, he beat John Cena clean.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah. But in terms of like when he debuted on
Yeah.
NXT, and then he debuted on the main roster like what 5 months later, I think it
Yeah,
was.
maybe something like that.
When he showed up against John Cena, when John Cena was doing the US title open challenge, and then like you said, he beat him in his first pay-per-view match. But then he went on to lose the next two or three then afterwards.
Yeah. Then he won the
But
Universal Championship, got fed to Goldberg, and disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah, he had the US title belt. He had a pretty lackluster feud against AJ though. Yeah. And then he teamed up with Sammy.
Yep.
And then had a feud with Shane
Shane
McMahon
McMahon.
that went on for way longer than I thought it would.
Yep. But anyway.
But yeah, I definitely enjoyed this match as well. Though I like the flipping the German suplex from the second rope from the outside was pretty awesome. That was a great spot. But yeah, like I was actually currently watching it. I have to watch this match again though. I have to watch the Takeover again though, because I just want to watch the match. I just want to see what the reaction is like on TV for the main event especially, which we'll get to here.
I was sure Riddle was going to turn on Velveteen Dream. Like I was sure he was going to turn on him, but it didn't happen.
I thought Riddle was going to win though. Like I wanted Dream to win anyway.
Yeah.
But I thought Riddle was going to win.
I had chosen Riddle with my predictions, so yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. And then the next match was Walter versus Pete Dunne, and this is pretty much completely different to any other match on the show.
Literally a brawl.
This was a bloody war where Walter beat the fucking bejesus out of Pete Dunne. But Pete Dunne gave him back some punishment as well. But holy crap, this was something else.
Yep, that was very good.
This is actually my first. I knew of Walter, so I did, because I know Matthew Botchamania is just pretty much it's pretty much his favorite wrestler. So like if you follow him on YouTube or listen to the Cultaholic, follow him on Twitter, or listen to the Cultaholic podcast. He talks about him a lot every now and again. So he does the clips, and like he goes to the WXW show, the 16 Karat of Gold, every year.
Yep.
Which I think is pretty much like one of their bigger shows of the year.
Yep.
And yeah. I definitely loves him, but I knew of him though. But this is actually the first match I actually watched of Walter.
Yeah, same here. I knew of him, but yeah.
So what do you think?
He's pretty good. I mean, for a big man, he does what a big man should do. You know, the slaps and the brawling and the bruiser. You know, the whole throwing people around and beating him up, and that's what you expect from guys like that. I mean, he's going to be pretty big. I expect him to do big things because, once he gets to WWE, he's probably going to get pushed to the moon. Well, we thought that about Braun, but look what happened to him. But anyway, I think he will get pushed, and I think he's going to become a huge star in WWE for sure. He's
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah. It's like he has some pretty nasty chops. I would not like to get a chop from Walter. That's for damn sure.
I can't even imagine. And the longest running champion lost his title. Pete Dunne losing after what? 2 years?
685 days, I believe it was. Yeah, he would have had it for 2 years in May 20th, I believe it was. He won against Tyler Bates. So yeah, he's officially the longest running champion in the WWE
current day
brand. Yeah, even longer than Brock Lesnar, which I'm happy to see because I much prefer Pete Dunne than Brock Lesnar.
For sure.
So I do.
Yep.
But yeah, this is a really brutal match though. Just like
Was
the
a brawl.
power bomb at the end, and then like the splash at the end. It was like Jesus. It's like some of the
Completely different from
really
everything else.
yeah.
Completely
That
different.
was the thing. It's just interesting thing. That, yeah, completely different to anything on the show.
Yeah.
This is like a proper sort of UK / European like proper just war.
Yeah, it'll be good to see somebody with the belt, different from Pete Dunne now.
Yeah,
So,
because I'm sure there's people out there like yeah, like sometimes you just want to see a change though because like okay, you've had the belt forever now.
yeah, I know it's not the WWE
Um,
Championship, like people don't really pay attention to that belt, but it's good to see that they put somebody else in there.
yeah, but the fact is, the UK Championship belt now has been around now for over 2 years, and there's only been 3 champions.
Yep.
So that's saying something. It has a bit more prestige, I guess, in some of the championships they have, where they pretty much hot potato the belt. So they do.
Exactly. The Intercontinental Champion,
Uh,
for example.
yeah, exactly. That icy belt, jeez Louise. There was a period though, like a year or two ago. It's like okay, this might be getting back to what this prestigious title was about.
Yeah, it was a workhorse
But
belt.
then it
It
just
was
gone.
the belt that you got when the company thought you were going to the next level. You got the IC belt, and then, that signified that you were ready for main event status.
Let's just see how you go with this belt. Okay, you're probably ready for the next level afterwards. So if you do well with this, so and like it's had its ups and downs, JC belt though, and like there's periods of time where like sure like the Miz and Dolph Ziggler had that feud like a couple of years back that was like brought a bit of prestige back. It was like very good feud, and I remember they had a great match at No Mercy a couple of years ago and stuff like that. But I just don't like when they hot potato the belt too much. Like I think it's had 4 title changes since December.
Yeah.
I think I think it's 4. Like Seth Rollins lost it to Dean Ambrose. That's 1. Then Bobby Lashley beat them in the triple threat, I think it was. And then Finn Balor beat Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush in that handicap match, I believe.
Then Bobby Lashley beat Finn
And then
Balor.
Bobby Lashley beat it back. No, actually, so 5 title changes since December. It's like, geez, like that's a bit too much.
And then Balor beat Lashley again.
Yeah, so it's like that's a bit too much though. Still, like 5 title changes, you don't need that in the space of like what, not even 4 months.
Put some importance on it, like have it mean something.
Yeah, but like I don't mind like it's like long reigns, so as long as like that means something. Like Styles had a year-long reign with the thing belt,
The United States.
the WWE
WWE,
Championship belt, so he did. Yeah. Although he didn't have the best feuds,
No.
but like heck, he defended it.
Yeah.
Unlike some people.
Exactly.
So anyway, the Fatal 4-Way match with Shayna Baszler retaining against Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kairi Sane.
That was good.
I'd probably say this was the weakest match on the show.
I agree.
But I wouldn't say it was bad.
It wasn't bad, but it was
Like,
the
it was
weakest for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's
I still
just
thought it was
too
a good-
many people. Like a fatal 4-way, it's too many competitors for that type of thing for NXT. I don't know. It's too many to me. But I don't know.
You just probably prefer like a
one-on-one or triple
like
threat.
a triple
Yeah.
threat. Okay.
I think there's just 4 is just too many. Like you kind of lose interest in one person and another person, and like Shayna wasn't even.
Shayna was hardly
That's
in the match,
exact-
to be
yeah,
honest,
that's
for
what
the
I
most
mean.
part anyway. that was the thing. Like, it was mostly between Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kairi
Yep.
Sane.
I was sure Io Shirai was going to win. I was sure she was going to win.
Yeah, like a lot of people speculate that this was going to be when Sheena was going to lose her belt, and she might have been she'd probably get called up or something, but not at the moment though. I guess she's sticking around for a while.
Yep.
Well, I think she should probably be called up sometime soon though, because she's been around for
She's been there a while now.
like over a year, I think now.
More than that.
A year and a half, I
Yeah.
believe. I think it's been around a year and a half. I think she debuted sometime in late 2017, I believe.
Yep.
So she'd probably come up sometime. Like she's not young. She's not young. She's like 38, so she is.
Yeah, I know she's pretty
as
young.
well.
Well, I think that Ronda Rousey's leaving, so now would be the time to bring her up.
Yeah, especially that would be a good, like her coming up and fighting against Becky perhaps or something more short. Like that would be a good, like, you know, because that would be a good sort of feud to have. Maybe someone sometime towards SummerSlam, I guess.
Yeah, bring her
perhaps.
up and, have her fight Becky around SummerSlam and then have a 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen thing at Survivor Series. Maybe, before Ronda calls it quits. Because I know she wants to have a baby, so she wants to leave for a while.
Like she probably won't be around now for a while because that's what she wants. She wants to have a family, and therefore.
And if Sasha doesn't leave, hopefully.
Oh jeez. I'm not sure what that situation's gonna be like. I'm not gonna say anything on the matter here. But yeah, that was a good match. Flipping Kate, the Bianca Belair picking up both Io Shirai and Kairi Sane on her shoulders and doing her, I think it's called the KOD, her finisher. And that was very impressive. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah, she's very strong.
I wanted Io Shirai to win as well. Yep. I pretty much, I think I like her. I like Kairi Sane as well. I think she's awesome.
I want to ask you, do you think, because on SmackDown, Paige said she was going to bring a tag team to SmackDown, do you think it's the Sky Pirates?
I'm not entirely sure.
Honestly, to be very
Probably.
honest with you, I hope it's not them. Because they're going to get buried. I hope it's not them. But I'm kind of thinking, well,
I'm not entirely sure. Like, I think there probably have to be still like a one-on-one match between Shayna Baszler and Io Shirai.
Yeah.
And I said that'll probably happen at the next takeover.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not entirely sure who the team is going to be. Some people are like kind of suggesting it's just going to be Absolution again. They're just going to reunite. Or just like
Mandy and
Mandy and Sonya. Yeah.
Well, yeah, sure, why not?
That could happen. Like I wouldn't put against WWE. Just do something like that there, because I've done it plenty of times before where people are like, have their hopes high and all of a sudden, okay, no, it's just something silly.
Yeah, exactly.
So I could see that happening.
Yep.
But yeah, there's going to have to be some call-ups anyway, though.
I don't know.
Especially with, but like there has been a lot already though.
They have a lot of wrestlers, dude. Even if there's a couple of injuries, they can bump some people up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they have a lot of people in the wings not doing anything special.
Yeah, like I'm annoyed. Like there's one of the persons I'm annoyed they're not using more is Nikki Cross.
Yep. I agree, 100%. 100%.
Like she's one, like, yeah.
She should be the one facing Becky.
Problem is though, like, yeah, like the fact is, but the thing is, she had a match with Becky at the UK show last thing, and Becky beat her in 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, make it more competitive, of course, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like have her
But yeah,
taunt,
that's
have her taunt her, like have her do vignettes on her, and I'm coming to get you, Becky, and stuff like
yeah.
that.
That's the thing. That's what she's been doing thus far. Has been like the segments in like backstage area or like underneath in the flipping like boiler room or whatever it is. It
Yeah, she's a new
seems.
mankind now, apparently.
Like she's just one of those ones I just prefer. She just deserves better again. Like there's a lot of wrestlers
They've swept a
the
lot
roster
of
that
women
deserve
under the
better.
rug. Like
Yeah.
fucking, what's her face is back. Amber Moon is back.
Yeah, Amber Moon's back. Yeah,
So
Luke
she's
Harper's back.
yeah,
He had a dark match with EC3, who's pretty
been
much one of
swept
those
under the rug.
call-ups he's pretty much like like the thing is I'm actually kind of surprised with EC3 especially because he just seemed to be one of those guys who had been like perfect for the main roster.
Exactly.
And they pretty much nope. Like I've like he didn't seem to go anywhere in NXT. It's like okay, but I'm sure this guy's gonna like Vince is gonna look at him. It's like okay, we're gonna push him to the moon. Nope,
That
was completely
weird.
not the case.
Really weird.
It's just just sometimes you expect something's gonna happen and turns out it's not. Like I assumed he would have been at a better
Yeah,
position.
that guy's fucking built. I mean, that would be the perfect McMahon candidate for sure.
Yeah.
All the meat.
Ah, look at his muscles. Look at his beef.
Yep, exactly. So I don't understand. And that guy's a fantastic talker, and he doesn't say a fucking word ever.
Yeah, make him a meat.
Yep, exactly.
Apparently, he's Drake Maverick's going to be his new manager now.
Well, that's good. I think that's good.
Because that was the match before SmackDown happened, is where it was him, EC3 versus Luke Harper, and Drake Maverick was accompanying EC3.
So Luke Harper is a good guy?
I guess so.
Okay.
Which would be interesting.
Yep.
Wasn't he though a bit of a face though during the whole Bray Wyatt Randy Orton feud anyway?
Yeah, but the Bludgeon Brothers happened after that.
And then Billy, yeah, but that was like his like little stint as a face.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Rowan's a heel now anyway. He's a heel, so Luke Harper probably end up being a face.
Yeah, Rowan versus Harper would
yeah.
be interesting.
I think they had a match before.
Yeah, I think they had one or two. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think they did have one, and it was like death.
Yeah.
I think it was like the match before a pay-per-view main event. I forget exactly what it was, but I remember it being death.
But those two are good wrestlers, especially Harper. Harper's very good. So.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, final match.
Finally was the 2 out of 3 falls match with Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole, baby, who was probably one of the most over guys in the entire weekend.
Yeah. I love Adam Cole too. I was kind of hoping he would win, but yeah.
Like the audience was like I'm one of them though, but I didn't really care who won because I really like both the guys. Yeah. So do anyway. Like I really love Johnny Gargano. Like the fact is, Johnny Gargano, I think he's
the new Sami Zayn.
I think he's the best. No, Johnny Gargano to me is probably the best overall, like best wrestler on the entire WWE roster.
He's very good.
The guy does not have a bad match.
Exactly.
He's had the best match on a takeover since last year, since the January takeover last year.
He's had the best match on a takeover. How many times in a row now?
Yeah, exactly. Since last year, since January of last year. Gets out the match against Andrade was awesome. The 3 matches he had against Tommaso Ciampa were great. The match he had with Aleister Black at the War Games was awesome. The one he had with Ricochet at the was Phoenix, was it? Yeah, Phoenix. That was great. And the one he had here against Alan Cole was amazing. like this, like people suggested all the first two falls. The first two falls were like good. They were like very good.
Very
It was,
good,
like,
very
good
quick.
stuff, good
So you get the
good counters and good false finish, like good like counters and stuff like that. Cool little sequences and stuff.
you
like
get the
that.
anticipation for
I was
the
like,
third
okay.
fall, and you're like, oh, who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then all of a sudden the third fall happened, and holy crap, there were so many finish. I fell for the whole when Johnny Gargano took care of the Undisputed Era, and then Alan Cole.
I was sure. Yeah, I was sure it was over.
I thought that was
Yep.
it. I thought that was it. It's like, okay, here we go. Nope, kicked out, and the place fucking just went crazy.
Yeah, it came off on the
Like,
TV
it
like
was-
like I was going insane. I was watching it with my girlfriend,
Yeah.
and it was
Like, I was beside
losing my
against
mind.
these bunch of guys, and I was basically losing my mind right beside these guys. Going, holy shit! Oh my god! I thought that was it.
yeah,
It was like awesome. So
screaming like a crazed man. And the pinfall was perfect. Like really, the final pinfall.
Like I thought
that was perfect, perfectly done. And the whole celebration and Ciampa coming out.
No, wasn't a submission he beat him by?
Is it the Gargano escape? I thought it was a Gargano.
Yeah, didn't he beat him by? No, yeah, I think he beat him by submission in the final fall as well.
Yeah, the Gargano escape. Yeah.
Yeah, he beat him in the second fall with the submission
Yep.
as well. So I believe it was the last fall as
Yep.
well. Yeah, and then the ending was like, oh, this is like, yep. If you thought this wasn't the best takeover, like, or like just the ending was just like,
It's up there for sure.
like some people this some people are like, this is kind of breaks the whole mistake, I guess, but
Yeah, but the problem is Tommaso Ciampa might not return ever.
yeah, it was injured
No.
though, and the fact that, but it just made this whole storyline. It's just kind of a bit of a full circle in a
Yeah.
way. Like this was supposed to be like Gargano was going to win anyway.
Yeah, he was going to win against Ciampa. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm sure they probably might have done something like this, perhaps afterwards
Mhm.
anyway, where they kind of sort of reunited and become like friends
Mhm.
again after the wars they went through. Because sometimes that does tend to happen, where you do have a falling out with someone, but then eventually you do come together
Yep.
again. Like it's happened with many of tag team over the years.
Mhm.
The Hardys, Edge and Christian. Well, actually, Edge and Christian never really returned, though. But like, there's just they're friends anyway, and and stuff like that. Yeah.
But
yeah,
that was a good ending. I loved
it was
the ending of that for sure.
yeah, it was an awesome ending to probably the best show I've been to live.
Yeah,
Just-
I mean it's up there. It's
I
up there
just-
for sure.
yeah, I just
I'm not sure if it's the
absolutely loved
best
show.
takeover, but it's up there. It's up there.
Would you still suggest last year's was
Yeah.
better?
I think, yeah. Last year was better. The whole Fatal
like-
4-way killed it for me, to be honest with you. Like the whole Fatal 4 didn't kill the whole thing, but I mean, it brought down my appreciation overall of the thing compared to last year. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that kind of sadly brought it down a little bit for me. So, I mean, it made it not be as good as last year's takeover.
See that's probably the thing as well. We're gonna get into it now here with WrestleMania. That's pretty much kind of my feeling as well in terms of I think I liked last year's WrestleMania more than I did this year's.
hmm
And I think I'm judging by what I've been looking online for people that following out there, I seem to be in the minority for that.
hmm
Whereas a lot of people really liked this year's WrestleMania. And I'm not saying this year's WrestleMania was bad by any means, but I don't know if you're looking, like, you don't look all the time at shows just really on the match quality,
Yeah.
because like look at this takeover for example. In terms of match quality, I think this is probably the best one. Like I think all the matches were great. You don't think fatal four-way.
I'm not saying it's a
you know,
bad match.
that.
I'm just saying.
No, you're not saying it's a bad match. You just like it just brought down the whole overall show. And like, yeah, I can understand that though. It's like your opinion now. Like if you feel that way, that's all power to you. But I just thought all the matches, like each of them were different in their own different ways. I thought all the matches were great. I don't think any of the matches were crap at all.
No, not at all. No.
But when I'm watching Wrestlemania now, being there, like there was only like several matches on that show. I mean,
WrestleMania.
This was a good match.
WrestleMania was a. We're going to talk about it a little bit more in detail, of course, but it was more of a feeling good event.
Feel good, like that was more of a feel good event rather
than a wrestling event.
I'm gonna come out of this show now saying, "Oh, this match was spectacular. This match was spectacular. This match was great." It was more like, I'm so glad they actually went and did the whole thing where people were speculating, okay, we've got Seth Rollins, we've got Kofi Kingston, and we've got Becky Lynch. They're not going to put all three of them with the belts now. All three of them are not going to win. It's WWE. We're not going to have the happy ending. And one of them, people were speculating, okay,
who's going to lose?
They're going to do two of them. So who's going to be the one who's going to be the odd one out now? And
you're like, it can't be Kofi, so it's going to be Becky, or Seth is going to lose.
Seth, or it's already going to be Seth's going to lose
because that's what they did last year with fucking Lesnar.
Yeah, everyone's speculated that okay, this is going to be Roman's going to win it now, and therefore this whole wrestler thing's going to be over with. And nope, it did not, and he held for another 4 months after that. And then he lost it, only to get it back 2 months later because of Reigns' leukemia.
Exactly. They could have given it to somebody else, but nope. They gave it to Lesnar.
I would have liked to see them give it to fucking Braun.
Yeah.
Just to see how it would have gone with. Because it would have been nice to see him with Braun with the title, but just basically, this being him just looking.
I mean, the belt is not on the show anyway, so just give it to Braun. See what happens,
Yeah. Just to see if it actually would, to get some sort of thing out of it, rather than like that Universal belt now has been around for what? It's over 2.5 years now. How many pay-per-views it's been on? How many pay-per-views has
the
it been
major
on?
ones? That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Was it all the major ones even? WrestleMania, yes. Not Royal Rumble. It wasn't there.
Yeah, Royal Rumble. Yeah, it was Royal Rumble this year. Yeah, both Royal Rumbles. Yeah, it's Royal Rumble 2000. It's been on in all the Royal Rumbles.
It has. Who did he fight this year?
Finn
Balor. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I forgot.
And then last year it was the triple threat with Kane and Strowman.
Yeah.
And then when KO had the belt, he faced against Roman Reigns. SummerSlam, it's been there. That was when it was first match, for the match for the Universal happened with Balor and Rollins. Then it was Lesnar, the four-way Lesnar, Reigns, Joe, and Rollins, was it? I forget.
No, was it Braun? Was it?
No, it was Braun. Was it Lesnar, Braun?
Lesnar, Braun,
Reigns,
Lesnar, Braun, Roman Reigns, and
Roman Reigns and
Samoa Joe.
Yeah. And then it was Reigns and Lesnar there this year then.
Yep.
And Survivor Series the last 2 years were okay. It wasn't thing because it was like the brand.
Yeah, the brand thing. Yeah.
Yeah, Brand.
I think of Bryan and then AJ Styles.
And AJ Styles, yeah. And then Kevin Owens was part of the 10-man tag.
Yep.
The 2016. Yeah, but most of the shows between though.
Most of them, I think, he wasn't on.
There's no defenses whatsoever. Yeah, Leslie, he defended like No Mercy against Strowman like 2017, and then Great Balls of Fire against Joe. He did actually defend 3 times in a row one year though.
Yeah, that's right.
In 2017, yep. He did defend in Great Balls of Fire, SummerSlam, and No Mercy.
He probably didn't.
Like that's actually
didn't want to go hunt. I don't know.
So I'll stick around to do these 3 title defenses.
Yep. But yeah, I guess let's get into WrestleMania. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'll get into it here. Just before I got into it, just before we get into WrestleMania, I went to the Bullet Club Bark party.
Yeah, that morning. Yeah, that's right.
So I did. I kind of wish I didn't bother going. It just wasn't for me. I just wasn't really comfortable in that.
Well, I mean, it's a party, dude. So, you know,
yeah.
that's what's gonna happen.
I just probably just wish there was more to do.
Yeah.
And because
was it just hanging out, drinking, and seeing wrestlers? Was that it?
Pretty much. And the thing is, there's like you didn't see them anyway though. They came out and like Tama Tonga and that they did like a speech with the on them on the platform, mm-hmm. And then it's like because they were doing like all like meet and greets, like VIPs, like meet and greets and stuff and autographs. Therefore, but then like after a while they came down and then a few of them ran around and talked to the audience saying Bad Luck Fale. There was a bunch of people getting chops from Bad Luck Fale. I don't know if they were given like that was pretty funny. So it was, and then he's seen like other ones like Chase Owens and that there. There's a guy. One of these guys I follow OSW. He's known as Steve V1. Mm-hmm. Pretty much, I think him and Chase Owens look a lot like each other.
Yeah.
So I do. I just think they look similar to each other, like this kind of like rough looking like bearded guys. Mm-hmm. So they do. But like all the Bullet Club was there. Like it was like a seafood. It was at this place called Red's Restaurant in Washington Avenue, which is like probably about 10-15 minute walk from MetLife Stadium. So it was. But they got this they got their like buffet stuff from this place called Jimmy's Seafood from some other area. Forget exactly where it is. And it was nice, it was lovely. So it was. It's like a little buffet thing. Just take a plate, go up and fill your plate with all sorts of nice food. So it was definitely nice. Cool. I definitely enjoyed the food now. But it was a cool, and like the Wild Culture guys were there, and when Tama Tonga was doing this like speech there, I was like next to the Wild Culture guys, and they were just like going boo and all that there. So they were, because that if you've been follow them on YouTube
they have a little
Twitter
little
and that
beef.
there, they had their little feud going on, so they did. But yeah, it was fine. Like I didn't stay there entirely though. It was on from like 10 to 6, I think. The time was anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think it was 10 to 6. So like I don't know if it completely ended now at 6 o'clock or not though. But I left it by probably like after 2 o'clock.
I mean, Mania starts at 5, so.
Yeah, like I left it after. Like I left it, I think after 1 or 2. I think it was probably around 2, roughly around 2, maybe 2 o'clock or so, maybe a bit before that. It was just I've been here long enough though. I've had my fill, so I'm just going to go over and walk over.
I can't believe it would be that great. You know what I mean? I mean going there and like participating in that, pretty much they come out, they talk, they go to the back, and you don't have the VIP, so you're just standing there not doing anything. If you don't drink or if you don't socialize with people or whatever, it kind of gets boring.
Like that was a problem. That was pretty much me, because like I'm kind of awkward, I'm shy, therefore I wasn't going around talking to people anyway, so it pretty much just was in a bad environment for me. Like I've been in worst. It's not like why I just walked in here and all of a sudden I want to be out of here now as soon as they entered now, because I've been in situations where that's been the case, where I've sit down and been in place or something. I just do not want to be here. I want to get out of here ASAP. It wasn't like that now, but I just kind of wish I'd probably spent the morning maybe going around a bit more around New York. That and then go over to MedLife then for WrestleMania. So did. But yeah.
Just go around and, look at stuff. And...
Yeah. Like, there was one thing I kind of wish I did more, though. It was go around New York for a bit, because the thing is, during my time in New York, I actually switched the hotel I was staying in.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you posted on Twitter.
Yeah, because the place I was staying at originally was a hostel / hotel. I was in like a dormitory room.
Okay.
I was just basically did because I wanted to save some money. But the fact is, I stayed in there 2 nights. I wanted to get out because I could not sleep because it just wasn't a comfortable bed. It was a blanket, not like a quilt. And like the heat as well. It was just too warm for me.
Okay.
And therefore I couldn't sleep. I had really crappy sleeps during those first 2 nights. It's like if I stayed there, I probably would have been fucking asleep at WrestleMania. So it would have been. And therefore I had to get out. And therefore I went with the hotel I booked originally. And even though I couldn't get my money back from that hostel because it was non-refundable, even with that there and then buying getting the 4 nights of the thing, it still actually was cheaper. Not by a whole lot, but it was still cheaper overall than what I booked originally for those 6 nights at the hotel I had, the Wellington Hotel, which was in, like, Upper Manhattan, Midtown / Upper Manhattan. It was like near Times Square, so it was that Wellington Hotel, and it was definitely a lot nicer than the hotel I originally stayed in anyway.
Yeah, I don't think I would be able to stay in a kind of the place that you were staying in.
Yeah,
I don't.
I just like from now on, I'm not gonna bother with hostels when I'm going to trips like that. I'm just gonna get just try to find the cheapest or like a decent enough hotel at a good price, and not
cheapest and decent enough, at least that you don't
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to go in there and say oh god,
cockroaches
there's shit on the toilet or something like that now.
Exactly.
But anyway, WrestleMania. It was a long fucking show.
Yep. Way too fucking long. Way too long.
And yeah, it's just like I was saying it there earlier though. Like you said, you preferred last year's Takeover to this one, and I'm pretty much. I feel I preferred last year's WrestleMania to this one.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I think because the experience I had there was dampened.
Yeah.
Because the section I was in wasn't particularly the best. Most of the people around me were pretty
crappy people.
There was a few people alright. There was a few black people behind me now who I thought were great.
Yeah.
I have no problems I had no problems with them whatsoever. They were great. They were talking and stuff and clapping along and all that there, and having a good they had said funny things and stuff like that. They're easily one of the highlights of WrestleMania for me. Be with those people behind me though, so I have nothing negative to say about those guys. Say about them people. But most of the other people around me were some of them are fine. They were participating or clapping along and stuff like that. And then it's just I don't know, just wasn't overall ruckus now like it was in NXT now or anything like that now. But then again, once the night went through and once it was getting longer and longer the show and people were starting get a bit more tired, I don't blame you to be honest.
Yeah, by the end I was man, I couldn't wait for the fucking show to finish, to be honest.
Yeah, like at the end, the guy was probably one of the very few in my section I was actually cheering for Becky.
Okay.
Now it's not like all people were cheering for like Ronda or Charlotte. I mean, like most
Having
of the other people
no
were like I think they're
reaction.
probably just like yeah, no reaction, just like fucking just want this like because basically once that bell hit at the main event,
Yeah.
just everyone, a lot of people were like I didn't, I stayed until till all was said and done, but there was just people just going
Yeah. Bolting out of there.
that bell hit, get the fuck
Well,
out of here now, it's
I
over
watched
with.
my, I didn't work the day after because I knew I was going to finish really late, so I took off on Monday. And
Okay.
my girlfriend was here and everything, and we were watching, and she was sleeping, sound asleep at 11 maybe, and I was
Okay.
watching by myself. And the main event, like WrestleMania, ended at 12:27 a.m. And I was like, this is
I know.
insane. This is crazy. That
And the fact is, there's people, a lot of people there, they have been there since since the doors opened. The doors opened at I
4 o'clock
think
maybe.
I think quarter to about between about quarter 20 to quarter to
Okay.
4 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
So we were there from the like some people and some like a lot of people were there for an hour too early. Like a lot of people in standing in line. Some people were there for like practically all
Yeah.
day in line. Like I was there from probably about 2:30
Mhm.
maybe. No, was it? No, okay. I know. Started standing in line. I think about 20 to 3.
Okay.
I think it was. So yeah, I was there 20 to 3, and I did not get home back to my hotel until after 3.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'll talk about that later. The whole nightmare that a lot of people had after
Okay.
WrestleMania. So I was pretty much like away for like 12 hours.
That's insane.
So it was overall.
I mean, that's a 7.5 hour show. Only the show. I
Yeah,
sat down I didn't
yeah.
even watch most of the pre-show. I think I watched one match because, we got home late because we were out that day. So I got home at 6
Okay.
o'clock. So I kind of missed the first hour. Sat down, time that we prepared dinner. Sat down, watched the Zack Ryder and what's his face?
Curtis
Kurt Hawkins, yeah, win against the rival. That's the
which is pretty much a fucking foregone
exactly.
conclusion.
So I watched that. Then I went to eat dinner. Then I came back in front of the TV like 10 before 5, maybe? 10 before 7, sorry. Before the main show started. So, I mean, I pretty much missed both Battle Royales and the other match, the Cruiserweight Championship. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't even mind after reading what happened in both Battle Royales. I was like, well, I don't care that I didn't watch this.
Where pretty much the fucking women's battle royal pretty much had the exact same fucking finish as last year.
Yeah,
Where someone, we thought this woman won, but no, someone came up from under the ring because they were hiding,
yeah.
and therefore the ones
Carmella
who
won,
win.
which I think is
Like,
ridiculous.
jeez Louise. Like, no, like, and that was the finish as well in the fucking the
Men's,
men's
the
battle
armbar.
royal, and also it was the finish of the fucking honor royal in the Ring of Honor show.
Man,
3 fucking battle royals pretty much had the same finish.
I knew the two jerks, the two guys from Saturday Night Live would be in the final 4 or final 3
Yeah, I knew they were hiding.
Yeah,
Or
they were
something
under the
anyway.
ring
Like I pretty much,
the entire time.
yeah, like of course. Except the only difference between is whoever they didn't win
Hmm.
it though, whereas the other ones who were hiding under the ring ended up eliminated. It was I think his name's Kenny King. I think he came from under the ring and was hiding, and he eliminated Jushin Thunder Liger and Great Muta to
And
win it.
Carmella won.
And people were not happy with that result.
No, people were not happy with Carmella
Also, because
winning.
I think,
So, you know,
I honestly would have preferred. Actually, to be honest, I would have preferred Sarah Logan to win it anyway.
Yeah, I think it was
More than
her, Sarah
Carmella.
Logan, and Carmella at the end. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would. I mean, it means
yeah.
absolutely fucking nothing, but would have been a
No, of course
nice
not.
rub.
It's just a. It's just basically to get everyone on the
Yep.
card.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't get title
It's
shots or something like that, you know?
like this is what I originally wanted to do because Asuka, didn't really have a sort of, a viable opponent, I
Hmm.
guess, because the SmackDown Women's roster was pretty, I won't say it's bad now. I'm not gonna say everyone on that roster's crap or anything like that, but no one really cared for Mandy or Sonya or anyone that
Hmm.
way. Therefore, I kind of wanted, okay, let's make the women's battle royal. Whoever wins it gets a shot at Asuka for the title on the main show
Yep.
itself. Like I thought that would have been a decent enough
Of course,
job
yeah, that would have been great.
before
But
they
that's too
changed things up
logical
and had
for
the whole.
WWE. Oh. Hmm.
But yeah, before they had the whole winner take all
Yeah.
thing then afterwards.
Anyway,
But yeah, like yeah, they weren't really great anyway. Like I thought the cruiserweight match was
hmm
good, and then the one they had in 205 Live was I think was probably even
yeah.
better. But the other matches
Apparently there were a
were
couple of botches during the cruiserweight thing. I heard. I didn't see the match, but I heard there were a couple of
I this is the first I've heard of
okay.
it. I have to look. I have to watch back though. To be
Okay.
honest, because I didn't really have the best view of this thing either because I was actually on like the left, right at the left of the stage, not like like on the ramp area itself, like the actual left of the actual video
hmm
screen. That's where I was, pretty much right at the left. I could see like I was like I could see the section like behind
So both battle
the
royales were
video.
shit.
Yeah,
What I
but
expected.
you don't expect
Exactly.
anything less though. To
Yeah.
be honest. To be honest, I still think the best one was the first one with
Yeah.
Cesaro. I still think that was the best
Yep.
one.
I agree. And that doesn't
Like
give
I still
anybody anything, so whatever. Hmm.
no, it's not like okay, whoop de doo. Like I thought they might have done something with Cesaro because he won it, and then the next night they had fucking Paul Heyman come out and basically make Cesaro his new fella guy, and like okay, this should be good. Cesaro's getting a push, and that went nowhere.
If there was something attached to winning that, it would be better. I would watch it.
Yeah, like I think the Honor Rumble is like you get a shot out of the shot at the Ring of Honor title. I
Hmm.
believe. I believe that's the case
Yeah.
now. But I think that should be like whoever wins the battle royal gets a shot at say like the whatever mid card title is for their brand. For example, say like Braun Strowman won it,
Hmm.
he can get a shot at the Intercontinental
Hmm.
title in the future.
Yep.
Like something like that along those lines, though, rather than like at least it'll be okay. At least this is something then, rather than like we'll just put all these jobbers together for no reason
Yep.
whatsoever, just to have them on the show.
Yep.
Like I just don't get it really.
I.
I just
It's
go ahead.
completely useless, to be honest with you. Those fucking battle royales are completely useless. For
No, not like
fucking.
it's just the biggest problem. Like they just want to get as many people on the show as possible, and I don't know why they have to do it for WrestleMania though. Anyway, because like every other pay per view of the year they don't do this. It's just because it's a big stage and all that. There, okay, let's just try to get as many people on our roster on the show as possible, whether it's the main show or the kickoff show. Let's do it though. Whereas a good 50% of them don't need to be on the show.
Yep.
Just have the matches that mean something. The shows that like the matches that have like have some
Stakes and build.
build
Yeah.
up to them and stakes. Yeah, and then have them go longer. Just make it a four 4 or 5 hour show maybe at
Hmm.
most, and there you go. It doesn't need to be 7.5 hours
No.
long. This is the thing. I am fucking feel really sorry for the women at
Yeah.
the end. I feel really because the thing is though, if that was 2 hours ago, I'm sure they would have gotten a lot bigger reaction.
Yeah. If it was a regular
Becky's
pay-per-view, they would have gotten a way better
yeah,
reaction at only 2 hours in.
Becky's pop. She did get a pop though. She did get a crowd cheer, but it was half-assed because the crowd was so fucking
Yeah,
tired.
was that like Kofi's
Or
pop
like
or
this is how this is like it's like yeah. This is like this is like it's like midnight day before that match when that match
yeah,
started,
that's pretty
and
crazy.
people just I'm sure most of the people there just wanted to be out of there at this point. It's like I just want to get
Hmm.
home. I just want to get back to my hotel. This show's too damn long, and it's just going to be the same. That's just going to be the same thing every year in and year out. It's been that way now for the last several years, where it's like, yep, this show's too long.
Yeah, exactly. Way too long.
Well, I'm not probably going to go through every single match now
Well, we can go
because
fast
some of the
on some. I
matches.
mean, some of them don't really fucking. Nobody cares.
Now, I just want to say, right, what were your favorite matches on the show?
Like I said, no match was particularly good. Like, no matches stood out as being, oh my God, this is a technical masterpiece or this is a storytelling masterpiece or whatever, you know. None of them were particularly good, but it was mostly for.
Not even the WWE
I
title
mean,
match.
the WWE title match was good. It was a good match. Like it was a more going along this sentimental side. You know what I mean? Like it's more of okay,
It was better than fucking last year's match. That's for
yeah,
damn sure. WWE
yeah, of
title
course,
match, in my
yeah, of
opinion.
course. But yeah, I enjoyed that one for sure. But I enjoyed the outcome. I enjoyed I enjoyed the whole celebration at the end. The match itself, I mean, wasn't anything out of the ordinary. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't anything,
Okay.
oh my God, this is phenomenal. There were even botches a couple of times that, were very visible to see. Especially at the beginning of the match. I know probably they were probably nervous and everything, but there were some botches at the beginning of the match, for sure. So, I
He's still talking about the WWE title match.
yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean, the whole ending, the crowning of Kofi as champion, his family and all that stuff was very emotional. I mean, even I had tears in my eyes. So, I mean, it was very, very emotional, very good. Great way to cap it off and everything. But the match itself didn't really grab me as much as I thought it would. So,
Okay.
what did you think about it?
I think it was easily the best match of the
Yeah,
show,
of course.
though,
Yes, I
in my
agree. Yeah,
opinion.
I agree.
Like, but like I said, I think I liked last year's show more. I think last year's show had more better matches
Hmm.
overall. Like the matches I could like last year's the opening IC the 3-way IC belt match from last year, the Asuka and Charlotte from
Yeah.
last year, the tag match with Ronda and
Hmm.
Angle and Triple H and Thing from last year. I think there were 3 matches that were
Hmm.
better. Like I don't know. I would like Asuka and Charlotte. I think was probably a better match, WrestleMania women's match from than this year's. But I don't know if that would have been the case. If that would have been the case now, say if the show was
Hmm.
shorter, because the crowd was dead. It wasn't completely dead. There was some people were behind the main
Yeah.
event though, but I'm sure that match would have gotten bigger reactions overall if this match didn't start at fucking midnight and it happened several hours beforehand.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kofi and Bryan was the best match.
Yep.
Like I liked the main event, so
Yeah.
I did. Like that was the reason why I went over there, because I want to be there in person to see Becky main event WrestleMania,
Yeah.
and she did. I'm so fucking glad for her. She achieved her dream. That, like, if you've been catching interviews with her over the past several years, that's basically every time she's answered something, she's always said main event of WrestleMania, main event of WrestleMania, main event of
Yep.
WrestleMania, and she's got that, and it's awesome
Yep.
to see. Like, that was the reason why I want to be there, to see her be main event
Yeah,
of
it was
WrestleMania and become the double champion, and it was
Mhm.
awesome. Like, I cheered and had a little bit of a little tear in my eye
Yeah.
when she won. I was so
Yeah.
happy. It just sucked though. It had to happen at up in 12:30, and most people were like done at
Yep.
that point, and therefore it would have gotten a much bigger pop had it not been that point. And also, I think because of the whole finish to that match as well, didn't help matters.
Oh no, yeah,
Whole
that finish
botched
was.
finish.
Oh, yeah, not a way
Like,
to
people
finish
were
the main event.
yeah, there was all sorts of speculation where, okay, this wasn't actually the planned
Ronda's
finish.
gonna come
It
and
was supposed
say
to be
you didn't
something
beat
completely.
me, and yeah.
Yeah, so there's all sorts of things. So it's not the planned finish. It was supposed to be Charlotte was supposed to tap back to Becky instead and stuff like that. But apparently that was the finish. But apparently the referee fucked up and counted while Ronda's shoulders was still up.
And he was fined, I think, right?
It was he was fined because of it. It was pretty much entirely his fault on that matter. It wasn't, Becky and Ronda's fault. It was him because he counted one of his
Yep.
shoulders up. So that just sort of puts a bit of a damper on the whole, winning thing with Becky as well. Like, some people, I'm sure maybe hopefully a year down the line, we pretty much forget that would be
Yeah.
the case. We just remember that she
Yep.
won the two titles and not forget that the actual finish of it was a botch that wasn't completely their
Yeah.
fault. It was the referees. So hopefully we could. Some people probably won't though. Some people have very good memories. I sometimes see myself as having some time a good memory of stuff. But
Honestly, that
see.
referee should have been fired. To be honest with you, he should have been fired because it's the first ever women's main event. All eyes are on that, and I mean everybody was looking forward to that. It's the first time ever and everything, and he goes and botches that. It's kind of, instead of saying he must have known that wasn't the finish. Instead of saying no, she got her shoulder up or something like that. She signaling that she, got her shoulder up or something. He just 1, 2, 3. That's it. Good night.
Yeah, it's like one. Like, I think he started kind of one. Her shoulder was clearly up, and then went down. And then he started. Then he just
Yeah.
went 2, 3, and that was it.
Instead of saying no, I made a mistake or something. Like signaling that she got her shoulder up or something. And
Yeah, and then just go for it again or something. Like, and then just do it though.
or have like they always
no,
fucking do a
that's-
second referee run down the fucking ramp, like Charles Robinson fucking, running down the ramp and saying no, shoulder was up, restart the match or something. Have
I don't know. I think that probably might have been even worse though.
you think?
In a way, I think that would have been worse if it just restart the match though. I don't know.
I mean, I don't mean restart from the beginning. I mean, go on, carry on with what you were doing.
Yeah. Don't restart. Yeah, just carry on. Yes. Just carried on and restart the match. Just didn't actually start. Like, he didn't count the pin. Just continued on with the match. Then it would have been fine. But no, that's just what happened though, and just like a damn shame.
Yeah, I mean, that's a major fucking mistake from that referee. Like, major mistake. You don't do stuff like that. At a main event, first ever women's main event at WrestleMania, you don't do something like that. I'm sorry, but maybe I'm an asshole or something, but I would have fucking fired him on the spot. Would have been, nope, you're out of here. Get the fuck out. You know? So.
Well, there's been people who've been fired for like
Exactly.
stuff, though,
Exactly.
anyway,
Exactly. So, you know. And I'm sure that, I mean, Vince McMahon doesn't give a shit about women's wrestling, but I'm sure, he probably said, okay, I'm going to fine you because I don't give a shit about women's wrestling, so I'm going to fine you, and that'll be that. But I'm sure if it would have been Triple H, it would have been the head of WWE. He would have said, you're fucking out of here, dude. You're out. You're gone. I don't want to see your face here anymore. So, that's what I think. That's what I think would have happened. So, it's sad to say that Vince doesn't give a shit about women's wrestling because,
I wouldn't say it go that far.
I don't.
He did. I know. He's in charge, so he did end up like it was his decision overall. But I'm sure he was maybe pressured to it, though. But he still fucking made the decision to make this match to be an event.
Yeah, but
he could have been
all the pressure,
not bothering.
With all the pressure, yeah, of course, he did. I mean,
problem is though, like Becky's a fucking top merch seller.
Another reason.
Her things fucking fly.
Another reason. I have her shirt on right now, so I mean, of course.
Yeah, I've got a shirt as well. I've got the man
me
shirt
too,
on. So do. I wore my goggles and not the like the one with the man front, the one with like her picture on it, like the one with the cogs. Not that's the one I have on the moment. I had the other one with the neon kind of sort of one and her goggles at Wrestlemania.
I have the man shirt.
That's what I was wearing.
The one that's written "the man" and.
Yeah.
In big in front.
Seen a lot of them.
Yeah, because I mean, it doesn't really look like a wrestling shirt. Like her name's not anywhere on the thing or whatever. There's just like her logo, like her Starbucks type logo.
Yeah.
On the bottom.
Starbucks, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not really. It doesn't really look like a wrestling shirt, so it's of course it's gonna fly off the fucking shelves. You know what I mean? So. I'm happy she won. I'm happy she won both belts, and she celebrated her main event win and everything. So I'm happy for that, but it shouldn't have happened that way. It should have been more spectacular than just, whoop, oh, I fall on you. Okay, it's a pinfall. That's it. It's over. So I don't know. I don't know. And the whole Lacey.
What did you think of the match, though?
Match was good. Match was good. It was a good match. It was a good match.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And
like I said, that and the title match, WWE title match, and probably the SmackDown 4-way tag title match were probably like the only matches on the show I could say.
I mean, all the main title matches were good. Even the Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar match was good. I thought that was still pretty good. Just
I don't know. I sometimes just don't like those kind of matches where that sort of thing happens.
Just the way that was. I mean, nobody first of all expected that to go on first.
That's the thing I did like, though, where the thing it started off, okay.
Fucking Heyman.
But when Alexa Bliss comes out, she does her snap, like Thanos.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan comes out, goes brother. Then Paul Heyman comes out. Apparently, that was actually that to put that match on first was a bit of a last minute thing. Hogan did not know that Heyman was coming out. And then he came out and did his old spiel, and then they had that match. That was nice. And that was like the thing, it's like, well, I actually was saying to myself, good job, WWE. Get this match out of the way first, because I fucking don't give a shit about it.
Exactly.
I did cheer when Seth won and all that there,
course,
but I was just more... I was more happy that Brock lost, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I do like Seth Rollins now. Like, he's great, but it's just more Brock losing it.
I actually tweeted, go back to fucking UFC. We don't want to see you here ever again.
Yeah, like, I just don't want him to see. I want him gone for a long
Yep.
fucking time.
Go
So,
away, and if you
like, I'm
come
just one
back,
of those
don't win
people
the
who,
fucking title. Just come back for an appearance or something. You know,
yeah,
don't fucking win the title. Just go away. So
yeah, because that Universal title, like, not all the titles are good. Like, most of them are like props and stuff like that anyway in WWE. But
yeah,
that title is just so. I don't know. It just feels like one of the most. I think it has even. I think what's be less than it though? Maybe the US belt
yeah,
or something. Like, it's just one of those belts that just has less value because it hasn't been, defending. It hasn't been shown in New Japan though, they don't have title defenses all the
yeah.
time now.
Exactly.
Like Okada, but it's different there
Yeah,
as opposed to what it is
yeah,
here. Like, Okada's reign was like nearly 2 years, and I think he only did like 12 defenses. But it's not like, okay, Okada wins the belt now, and therefore he doesn't be on any shows
yeah,
from for a few months. He does. He bees on the shows, like he does in tag matches. He has like one-on-one special matches, and then every every month or so or two, whatever it is, that he has the title defense. Whereas Brock Lesnar's like, okay, I have a title defense here. I'll see you in the next few months. I might show up once or twice on Raw. Never do a match on there because he's too much value, and therefore just does the pay-per-view matches, and then
yeah.
that's it. That's all you get.
Yeah, I agree. I think the
No,
people were more happy to see Brock lose than see Seth win. Like, people love Seth, of course. I love Seth. I think he's a great wrestler. I think he's very good. But I was more excited to see Brock lose than see Seth win, to be honest. I just wanted fucking Lesnar to be gone. I didn't want another fucking, what they did last year. You were sure that,
yeah.
you were sure Roman Reigns was going to win, but he fucking ended up winning. So, yeah. I'm just happy that didn't happen. So,
And also the next match after that was the AJ Styles and Randy Orton match, which I was very disappointed
yeah,
with.
that was bad.
For two reasons. One, it was pretty slow. It was a bit of a slow build match. And also because I could not see the damn thing because
The light.
the light the fucking light
Yeah,
fucking
even
hit
Randy
us.
Orton
And it wasn't
said
the
that.
only section. Yeah. It wasn't the only section. There's like a few sections had the bloody light on them. You could not see. It was like fucking just like you can barely see. And it wasn't like that wasn't the only problem match. It happened throughout the night where it went off and then it just come back on again. But I don't think it was as bad as it was during that match, but it did come on, practically nearly every match afterwards. And I was one of the other reasons why I had to sort of watch the screen
Yeah,
again, much like I had to last year.
yeah,
Because of crowd in front. It was a completely different reason.
yeah,
Like last year, it was, oh, I can't see. I have to look at the screen because the fucking crowd in front of me are standing up half the time. Therefore, I have to resort to the fucking screen.
yeah,
Whereas this year was, oh, I can't see because A, this light's shining on me, or B, they're fighting a section I can't see from my view. Like when they were over at the commentary table stuff over there, that I had to look at the screen because I couldn't see
yeah,
over there because there was like the arches, like the big structure,
yeah.
like LEDs, the pole structure, the LED side thing was like, yeah, I couldn't see it then. I had to look at the screen then. But yeah, that was disappointing though.
Yeah, I agree.
But it was a bit of a was the chants coming? Were you able to hear the chants on the show on TV?
No, but we heard the ovation when they closed the light. They turned off the light.
Okay, but you didn't hear them shouting like, turn the light off or
No, we
anything
didn't
like
hear
that?
that. We didn't hear
Okay.
that one.
No, that was the thing though. Like there's a bunch of it just started a bit, and then all of a sudden just got lighter and lighter. I said, turn the light on, like and stuff like that. There it was just getting really, really
Yeah.
bad, and eventually they did turn it off after like.
Well,
And then all of a sudden, as
Randy
go
did
ahead.
acknowledge that. Was that on SmackDown or when he came out and when he went to the back, it was like acting like he was getting blinded by the light.
Yeah,
Like he reacted that way. So
yeah, he posted something on I think Instagram about it as well.
yeah.
Apologized like about W involved because of the light and stuff like
Hmm.
that. And it happened again on Raw as well, though. Like there was a fucking light shining on a section on Raw, and also in NXT Takeover,
Hmm.
where there's a light shining on a section and fucking blinding them.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they have to have that there. Like, I know that's like TV, it must be a TV thing or something. But seriously though,
Yeah, that's
if that's happening on a constant basis, then that's not gonna have people wanting to attend shows. Okay, go to the show now. Just let's hope I don't be in a fucking section where we're gonna get blinded
hmm
now.
I agree.
Like it happened at the Royal Rumble as well, whereas people, and I think it happened in WrestleMania 2 years ago in Orlando, the last outdoor one where a section couldn't see because of the light shining
Hmm.
on them. Like it's just something that sucks so all the time for
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I prefer last year overall, because
It's a
I
better
didn't have that
experience.
problem. Yeah, it was a better experience. Um, what other matches is there? I'll
There's
just
a
check
bunch.
here.
That's a bunch.
Yeah, it's a bunch though. Just but no, like yeah, the 4-way tag match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship was
Hmm.
good. Like it was better than last year's one where they just went like 5
Yeah.
minutes, and this just got like 10 minutes, got double the amount pretty much. But yeah, it was a good match anyway. And Usos
Yeah, that
won
was
the
alright.
title, retained the
Yep,
titles,
that was alright.
and then of course they lost them against the
Hmm.
Hardys on
Yep.
SmackDown, which I forgot to mention as well. So it was a title
Yep.
change. Um, Shane McMahon faced the
Hmm.
Miz. The whole put him up flipping thing with Miz's father,
Yeah, George.
his fists up. Yeah, it's like, yeah. This is all right though. It was just
Yeah, there's like a little,
entertaining for what it was. So, but
little,
I wouldn't say it was a
a
great
little
match
enjoyable
because
little thing. Yeah.
yeah, but I wouldn't say it was a great match or
No.
anything. I actually didn't realize Shane won though because I actually recorded the actual end of the match where, from my view, where Miz superplex
Hmm.
Shane. I think right at the end of it, you hear the bell
Yeah.
ring. I was like, "Oh, what the fuck happened?" And then I looked at thing, and then I realized, "Oh wait, Shane had his hand over
Yep.
Miz." That's how the match
Yep.
ended. So that was interesting. Um, Now I'm gonna ask you some. I don't know what your thoughts are now. What do you think of the Iconics?
I actually like that they won the tag team belts.
Okay, so you're one of those people who like them then.
Yep. I'm one of those guys who actually like the Iconics. I think
I like
their characters are really good.
they're not the best wrestlers, but they do their characters
Yeah.
well. They're annoying in a good way.
Yeah.
Okay, they're meant to be annoying.
Yep. And I think they got a
And
really big
I do
pop
like
when
them
they
as
won.
well. Yeah, they did. And they did get a big pop when they won.
Yeah.
Especially around the sections I was, people just jumped up and cheered when they won. So yeah, it was a bit of a pro iconic crowd, or around where I was anyway. It was a pro iconic crowd, so it was good. Yeah, I jumped up as well because I like iconic. So like again, they're not the best team, but they do their job
Yeah.
well. And it would have been like if it was longer wasn't Nia Jax or Tamina. It's probably I wouldn't have cared who it won it long because it wasn't those two. Like, I don't mind Nia Jax is fine, but Tamina is just like, she's the dirt worst.
Yeah, she is.
Like,
She's really bad.
if there's one person who just, I don't understand why they're still there, it's her.
Yep,
I just don't
I agree.
understand.
And then Bailey and Sasha Banks
Kofi
were
Kingston.
pissed off that they lost. That they lost their belts,
Mm.
apparently. And Sasha Banks like no showed a couple of the.
Yeah. No, she had a family emergency thing though. She didn't show up because she had a family emergency, but then there's this whole thing is that she's threatening to quit though and stuff
Yeah,
like that. So we'll just have
like
to
they
wait and
said, we
see
thought we
how
were gonna
things
have it
go.
for longer, and you know,
Yeah, actually make these titles but it's all like you don't know what's the truth and what's not now. But apparently it suggests that they're annoyed and therefore we want to have these like a good run with these belts to make them a bit more prestigious and not give them to this sort of comedy team, because like let's face it, I do like their comics, but they are a comedy team.
yeah, they are.
They're not like a really serious wrestling team now.
I actually thought they were gonna win a Mania and lose it the night after. Lose it back to Bailey and Sasha.
Okay.
Actually thought they were gonna win at Mania, and then that would be that. They would lose at Raw or SmackDown. So, but that didn't happen.
No, that was it. No. No, Kofi was Kofi Kingston with the day beating Daniel Bryan, which was of course the best match on the show. And then Samoa Joe beat Mysterio, which was a 60-second squash.
Yeah. Because Mysterio's injured.
Roman Reigns beat it.
That's why.
Yeah, like people say it was because of that as well, but apparently I think it was actually that was supposed to go that short.
Joe looks strong also.
Yeah. But yeah, Reigns beat McIntyre in a match which pretty much got zero reaction.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of people trying to start a rave a couple of sections over to my right. So it's one of those things I hate in a wrestling show, when people are trying to do that, and also with beach balls, which came out
trying to hijack the show.
Yeah. After the whole bullshit thing with the main event switch, people started doing away, not doing away, but a few people started with beach balls. Cesaro, I think it was probably during the break now on the show. Cesaro came out and fucking got two of them and punctured them. Which was great. That every time he does that, he just goes up more and more in the books.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, there was and also during the flipping I was in section 219 in Raw, and the section next to me, this was during the flipping Aleister Black Ricochet versus Rude and Gable match. It's it was a pretty good match on the show. There was a section just flipping shouting 218 and like starting a wave.
Okay.
Trying to get themselves over. And then all of a sudden, I think it did actually eventually get over, where it started, like a wave started, like it started going around the arena, and it went around for like a minute or two. So it did the wave, and I was like, I wasn't participating. There was a bunch of people in my section did, though I was just sitting there. I was like, don't want to participate in this whatsoever, because I fucking hate when this stuff happens.
I agree. You might not agree with what's happening in the ring, but that's not a reason to.
And it wasn't like it was a boring match. Like I actually thought it's like four good guys. It was like fucking like complete jobbers. Then I can maybe understand. I'd still hate it, but like I'd understand. But like it's like two good teams. Like if it was like Jinder Mahal against say Connor from the Ascension or something like that. Now I'd be like, okay. Go ahead. If you want to do that, sure enough. But don't do it against like guys who are good now.
Yeah, some people are just dumb. They just go there to show off and hijack.
Yeah.
So.
That section sucked though. That 218 though. They're shitting like. Also, there was this guy as well. I think was it Raw? No, SmackDown. No, it was SmackDown. I think it was the section over to me, just screaming like "Iconic!" like every so often as well. It's just the way like I didn't do it. It wasn't like out where I was like way just like way screecher. And so it was pretty funny though. Just like at random points, he just shouted "Iconic!"
Yeah.
Yeah, last matches are here. Triple H, Batista. That match went on way too long.
Yeah, that was
I did
a
like the
fucking
start of
long
it though.
match.
The
Just
whole
the intros were like.
I did like the start of it with Triple H with like the plage and like he tucked the up and pulled out like the nose ring out and stuff like that. Now, like that was pretty cool. But then it just ended up being a slow, plodding Triple H standard
affair.
Match.
At least it was better than fucking what's it called? Crown Jewel.
I did not see that match
horrible.
though, but I seen clips of it though, and it looked bad.
That one was way better with Batista and him. It was a way better match. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, Batista's what 50 something. And
he's 50, and Triple H is 50 this year.
Both 50-year-olds. So, I mean, don't expect fucking,
But it didn't need to be. It just didn't need to be 25.
No, it could have been 15.
It could have been. It could have been 15. It would have been
maybe 10.
Better.
So.
It just didn't need to be that long. The fact is, like last year's match was 20 minutes. It was a tag match, and it was great. It's probably the best Triple H flipping WrestleMania match
in a long time.
Probably since what?
Since him and Taker.
Since him and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Like the Sting match was fine. The match against Roman sucked. And the match against Seth Rollins was
bad.
Pretty bad as well. That could have been a good match, but again, that went like 27 minutes, I think. Yeah, Angle lost against Corbin, which
I was sure something was gonna happen during that match. But we'd already seen Cena during the night, so.
Yes, I forgot to mention. Yeah, Cena came out in his Thugonomics get up, which I thought was pretty great. He got a good pop.
Yeah.
I just basically shit on the last thing.
I actually popped myself when that started the whole thing. I was like, what is this crap? I thought it was Bray Wyatt at first. I was like, oh, that's Bray Wyatt's coming out or something. And then I realized it was Babe Ruth. I said, oh, fuck, it's Cena. It's going to be Cena. But I didn't expect Thugonomic Cena at all.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, right, yes.
The best Cena.
The best Cena. It was really good. And when he said there won't be an AA tonight or something like that, it's going to be an FU.
It'll be a big FU.
That was great. But then he said, I saw his interview after the event, and he said it's not a comeback. I just wanted to be here, at WrestleMania to show up and whatever. So he says it's not a comeback. Yeah. I'm not coming back as a Doctor of Thugonomics or whatever. So it's too bad.
Well, he's just basically just
would have loved to run
anyway, though,
him in Thugonomics, to end his career.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
But apparently it's...
Cause like I prefer that. I prefer that Cena though more to the
But apparently it's going to be Undertaker Elias at Crown Jewel. Apparently, that's the rumors. So.
Okay. That's going to be a squash match, probably.
Yeah, that's going to be garbage, also. So, yeah. So Angle, Corbin. Good rub for Corbin, for sure. But I really was thinking, I was saying, not Cena. Taker, maybe, because he hadn't shown up or anything. Like, Taker's going to come out and have a match with Corbin or something. But, nope. Nothing. Not with, Angle. Like Angle's gonna put Corbin away in 2 minutes, and then Corbin's gonna be pissed off, and somebody's gonna come out and save Angle from the beatdown. So that's what I was thinking was gonna happen. But yeah,
No, didn't happen whatsoever.
didn't happen.
And yeah, when people were chatting also at the end, like, when people were chatting you suck, and all that there, Adam, like, I wasn't chatting you suck, I was chatting you
Yeah.
rule.
I like the sign in the crowd. You never really sucked or something like that.
No, he didn't. He was always
That was a great
awesome.
sign. That was probably one of the best
Yeah,
signs I've ever seen for him.
he's one of my all time
Yep.
favorites. So he is, Kurt Angle.
He's lost a lot of, I mean, he can't really go anymore, but
No, like, he couldn't go anywhere. Like, yeah, like, I didn't watch the matches he had on Raw, not there
he
in
really
SmackDown, though,
cannot
but
go
just
anymore.
by, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I'm happy he had a,
But like, he's like 50. I think he's like 50s now as
yeah,
well. So like, he's done. But for fair play, and the fact is, the fact is, he's been wrestling a long time though, considering the fact what he's been through with a broken neck and stuff like that, and also like he has all the problems with drink and
yeah.
drugs and that there as well. So he has not had like a easy
And he
career.
wrestled outside of WWE.
Yeah,
So I mean, yeah, of course.
TNA, and then he did WCW show. I remember being at WCW in Newcastle when I had the video showing
Yeah,
that
the
he was
Kurt
coming,
Angle
and
announcement.
everyone fucking lost
Yep.
their shit. And I wish I went to that show he did. I think he faced against Cody
Cody
or
Rhodes probably.
Joe
Yeah.
Henry. No, it's Cody. No, I think he did Cody Rhodes. I think he faced him, and then he did one was against Joe Henry as well.
Yeah, I
I
remember that.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finn Balor beat Lashley in a short match as well, and that was pretty much it. Led to the women's main event, which we talked about. Like, I liked the women's main
hmm
event. It was like probably my second favorite match in the show. So glad Becky won.
Yep.
And yeah, that was WrestleMania. Like I said, too long. As always, it's too
Yep.
long. I think I liked last year's more. Like, in terms of feel good moments and stuff like that, this one easily trounces
Yeah,
last year.
easily.
But in terms, if you're looking at match
Yeah, I
quality,
agree.
like across the
hmm
board, last year's was
Yep.
better. So it was.
There are too many matches, first of all.
Yeah, there's 16 matches overall in the show, like 12
Like I
on the
watched
main
the
show
WrestleMania
itself.
retrospective that Cultaholic did, and it's like some WrestleManias had like 7, 8 matches or something like that. I mean, that's perfect. I mean, you don't need all those matches. Like, we don't need the tag team matches. We don't need the men's tag team matches. We don't need uh, yeah, certain other matches that had absolutely no bearing on anything. We don't need that. So, just give us.
Yeah, like Finn Balor, Bobby Lashley, like they could have kept Bobby Lashley as the champion until WrestleMania, and then Balor win it then, rather than like flipping Balor win it, then lose it, then
Yeah,
win it
exactly.
back. Like, that was the same thing I did last with
Yep.
Naomi, where she beat Alexa Bliss. She had to fake it because apparently she's like injured. She didn't know if she was going to make it to Mania, and then ended up being that she did, and then she ended up winning
Yeah.
it at Mania. Why could you just like kept it on her, kept on Alexa then, and then Naomi winning at Mania
Yep.
just for the
Yep.
first time, because that was our hometown anyway as well, Orlando,
hmm
Florida, so it would have been made even better.
Yep.
Same with like Bailey winning at beat Charlotte in that 4-way match rather than her winning at Fastlane and flipping for no reason and then
Yep.
retaining it.
Yep.
It's just sometimes just the decisions they make in terms of booking is just I
Yeah,
don't understand.
it's it's really bad. Like, some booking is really, really horrible. Like the whole Kingston thing they did, perfect. That's like excellent booking, excellent storytelling, excellent from beginning to end. That was great. Was it supposed to happen? It happened, and everybody's happy. Everybody loves it, you know. But some storytelling, like the whole Lashley and Balor thing, like others also, it's just bad. You know, it's bad storytelling. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in the Superstar shakeup. Are we going to have belts being unified? Uh, will they?
I hope not, to be
You
honest.
don't hope that they do that? Bring everybody back
No,
together?
I don't think, I don't, no, I don't want that to
Okay.
happen. Because it'll just make even have less people on the show
Yeah.
then than there was before. Because at least with the brand though, at least you get more people on the show and like have different feuds and stuff like that. Whereas it's just gonna be
How
okay.
about
We have the
how
one.
about if they unify the championships and the champions of the titles do both shows? And
Much like the thing that originally with the undisputed title back in
yeah,
2002.
exactly. And you still have, your brand split. You still have people on Raw and on SmackDown exclusive to those shows, but the champions go from one show to the next. Like they're on both shows, you know. I think that would be
Like
the best way to go with that.
it just make the champions have to work harder though. But then again, that was like the key thing back in the territory days where
Well, not
a big champion, went around the territories, like the NWA champion,
yeah,
did the different territories and defended the belt, and like Ric Flair, he was the NWA champion and defending it in like Mid South or in WCW, so something along those lines. But in this like the two
and they
brands,
they
yeah,
they
like that could
they
work.
wouldn't be necessarily working harder. Like I mean, if your rivalry is with someone on SmackDown for that period of the month or whatever, you're on
Yeah, I
SmackDown.
guess so. Yeah,
You know, you don't
yeah.
go to Raw
And
for
then
no
like
reason.
and then the next, next feud could be on Raw or
Yeah,
something. Then yeah,
there would be fresh feuds all the time. It would be, each brand has their own thing and do the fucking splits for the pay-per-views as they did before, and not have everybody on the fucking pay-per-views because you take away some TV time from people doing that, you know? Like you have your SmackDown pay-per-view, you have your Raw pay-per-view, and like the big,
so you want them to go back to that
yeah,
then that they had before
so more
the
people go
was
on.
it
So,
last yeah
and your major pay-per-views, okay, you can have everybody on and do like a battle royale and do
yeah
that means something, not a fucking armbar or a fucking women's or the China battle royale that they want to call it now. So, don't do something that doesn't mean anything. Like if you win that battle royale, you get a shot at the title, just like the Royal Rumble,
yeah
you
just
know.
make yeah
And do some stuff. Bring back King of the Ring. Bring back other things like that, and have them compete. The winner of King of the Ring gets a shot at the title of his choice. You know, But, I mean, if they're unified, it's going to be I don't know what they're going to call it, the Universal WWE Championship or something like that. You know, have them go against that for that title, or have them go for the. I don't think that would also give more prestige to the IC and the United States championships. Like have those championships have the US on SmackDown and the Intercontinental on Raw. And if there's a feud that month, the feud happens on SmackDown with a SmackDown person. Have the Intercontinental Championship become the main championship for that time period. Have it become more prestigious, and then have the same thing for the U.S. Championship after that. It would give more visibility to those championships.
No, if they were to unify the titles like you're suggesting, I think they should really just get rid of the US title belt then.
I agree with you, but some people say it's too prestigious to get rid of because there's too much history behind that belt. We don't know the history, me and you, but apparently it is.
I know, like, Harley Race was the first US title champion and all that there. I know, like, some of that procedure, but when was the last time that belt meant something in WWE?
Never. Did it ever mean anything?
Like, well, when it was like, had something like, I think it was the US title stuff with Cena, the Open, and that's fucking 4 fucking years ago now.
Yep, I agree.
Like, can you recall any period between then and now when it?
Nope.
It was so, like, hard. I can't.
I'm hoping Joe brings back he's like unbeatable with the U.S. Championship, and then the person that goes up against him and beats him, like, becomes like this big, like, have Ali do it, or have, some up-and-comer.
Yeah, like, that would be a good thing where Joe just is going around just destroying everyone, and then have that. Yeah, again, it's going to be, of course, another underdog story, because WWE tend to do underdog stories.
Yeah, but they work.
But yeah,
that's what works.
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, but yeah, like, exactly, like, have Ali do it and overcome Joe. Yeah.
Yep. Overcome the powerful, mighty champion, just like they used to do back in the day, back in the 80s and back in the 90s. You had Hogan, who had the belt like fucking forever, and when Ultimate Warrior beat him at WrestleMania, it meant something, Not only because it was unifying, he had not unifying, but he had the Intercontinental and WWF Championship, but it meant something because Hogan had that belt forever, So it means something when somebody has a belt for a long, long fucking time, and somebody comes along and beats him. That person is elevated automatically to, a big, huge, stature immediately. Like Walter did with Pete Dunne, So
yeah,
have the guy hold on to the belt for a year, 8 months, 10 months, a year, something like that, and then have somebody come along, a newcomer, or somebody you want to pick up and shoot to the sky, have him come and beat the champion, and then they become, the big thing in wrestling, So I think that's what WWE don't understand that they could do. That would be fantastic, and have the secondary belts mean something. Have the U.S. Championship mean something, have the Intercontinental mean something, have the tag team titles mean something, So.
Yeah, instead of, like, complicating it though, like I said, we were saying earlier, that the 5 times in 4 months though with the IC belt, that's a bit overkill. Exactly. Like, I don't like it. That was kind of like the norm back in the day. Back in the Attitude Era and like those around out that time though. But nowadays, some people, like, there is longer reigns nowadays than there was back then. And sometimes the long reigns are, like, not great.
I'm not saying don't have surprises. You can have surprises sometime. Have a guy come up and beat somebody who's only had the belt for like a month or a month and a half. Like, have him.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to say, like, have every single one have, like, a 6-year, 12-month reign now.
Exactly.
But just don't have, like,
change the belt.
Too much of this here, too much hot potato now, or too much long fuse. Just like a balance.
Exactly.
Have a balance of each. Just don't do it like too focused on one. Like, IC belt at the moment is just too focused on doing the hot potato.
Yeah, or have NXT become a real third show. Have guys from WWE go to NXT and just wrestle there. For a little while. So
But that's what seems to be like a room, like it seems to be might be happening though. Whereas some of the main roster stars might be going, some stars might go back down to NXT or something.
they did it with Tyler Breeze
Shake
not too
up.
long ago. He went back down there.
Yeah, but it was like he did like a TV show. He did one of the NXT shows,
Yeah,
TV
against
shows,
Ricochet.
and I think he
So,
yeah, and then he did a live event as
yep.
well, I believe. So yeah, they should do that for some of the stars who are, just for some of them though, because especially the ones who are just absolutely
Exactly.
nowhere
Yeah.
on the main roster anyway. Like where like your exposure is pretty much main event, and
Yep.
that's it, or a silly backstage skit or
Yep.
something, and that's like all you're getting week in and week out. It's like all you're getting is doing that, and you're probably you're on the live events where most of the people there didn't pay to see you and don't care about you,
Yeah.
which sucks for a good majority
I
of
agree.
wrestlers,
I
because
agree.
that's pretty much seems to be the case.
They need to change stuff up. To be honest with you, they can piss on AEW all they want, but I mean, if you're starting to hear AEW chants at WWE events, I mean that's because they're doing something right. And if they can do, good pay-per-views and they ink a TV show or something, and they start pumping out some good stuff, I mean, there you go.
But we'll just have to wait and see with that, Dennis, though, because the fact of the matter is, all AEW is at the moment is a name. Like some of those people were part of that All In show, which was a big success, and that was easily one of the best shows of the year last year. But that did have like Ring of Honor talent and like some Ring of Honor stuff behind it now.
Agree.
But this is gonna be different now, and I'm looking forward to Double or Nothing. Like I'm very much looking forward to see how this goes, because there's a bunch of people that I really like Chris Jericho is gonna be there, and he's my all-time favorite wrestler.
And Jericho's now signed to them,
Like
he only wrestles for them now.
Yeah, and Kenny Omega is like one of my. I really like Kenny Omega as well. I think the Young Bucks are great.
Yep.
And like Cody, the fact is the stories he had since he's left WWE is just like he's pretty much the proof that you don't need WWE to be successful. Like he left him, he could have stayed there and probably end up being miserable. Mm-hmm. But he just says that I'm not happy here now. I'm going to go out and make a name for myself and show you that I'm worth something, and he has done that.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm just very much looking forward to seeing what
I absolutely agree.
AEW does.
I want to see what they do, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the whole shake-up Monday and Tuesday. Who ends who, what they do with the belts. Money in the Bank is the next pay-per-view in May, so that will be.
Yeah, it's like May 19th, I think, isn't it? Which is
I thought that
pretty
pay-per-view
long.
was like
in
July before or June or something.
I think it's usually June. No, it was Backlash last year, which was like
horrible.
I only watched the first match in that show.
Yeah, it was the best one.
That was it. And
it was the best one of the card.
That's because I think I was at work when that show was on, and then I pretty much heard nothing but bad things about it. It's like, don't watch this show, just watch the first match, and that was it. I was like, okay, I'll watch that, and it was good match with Rollins and Miz.
But it'll be interesting to see where that goes and everything for the next couple of months. See what structure they want to go with, what unifying the belts, not unifying the belts, what's going to happen, the tag teams, all that, what's going to happen with everything. So yeah, it's interesting to see what's on the line next. How long Kofi's going to keep his belt, I'm not scared for Rollins, but I mean Kofi, how long he's gonna be champion? I wonder.
I'll be surprised if he has it if he has it till
Yeah, me too.
SummerSlam.
I think it's not gonna be a long title reign.
I'd be happy
Yeah,
to
I
see
agree.
it till
Yeah.
SummerSlam at least, but I'd just be surprised if he
I
has
don't
it.
think it's gonna be a long title reign, to be honest with you. I think they did that to please the fans, and it's gonna be that.
Yeah, because WWE all they do is heat.
No, they did it to please the fans, and I
Burn out this.
think he probably won't lose it at Money in the Bank, but the next one, probably in June, is gonna be
Well, if Daniel Bryan's injured though, who's going to be his first
Kevin Owens.
opponent though?
or Sami Zayn.
So you think, Owens is a shout, and Sami might be a shout
Yeah.
as well.
If they're building Sami Zayn in a semi Daniel Bryan type thing,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
who knows? Maybe Sami's gonna come out and fucking beat Kofi for the belt. Maybe Xavier's gonna turn on him. Who knows? Maybe Big E's gonna come back and turn on him.
I don't want New Day to split up at all.
Yeah, I kind of wanted
Like,
it before, but
I-
now I kind of don't.
No.
Like before, I was like, I'm tired of
That
this
would
shit.
just-
I don't
that
want
would
to see it
just-
anymore.
Yeah, I would just kill. Yeah. Like the only thing I don't like about the New Day is the whole pancake
Yeah.
thing. I just don't know why they're sticking with the pancake thing. That's
It was
been
a
going on for fucking
cereal,
ever
and now it's
a
the
day now.
pancakes.
Yeah, but the pancake thing's gone long, way more than the
Yeah.
cereal now. The pancake thing's been on for like a fucking over a year.
Yep.
So it has like well over a year at this point. What was the cereal thing? What?
That was at
A lot
Mania
of months?
32.
Yeah.
They came in out of the box. That's 32, right?
Yeah, the big band with the Saiyan gear. Dragon Ball Z Saiyan gear.
They didn't
Which is
wrestle in
awesome.
33. Day 34.
Because they were the hosts. They were in a triple threat tag match with Usos and the
Yep.
Bludgeon Brothers.
And this year it was Kofi. All about Kofi. So
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think he's going to keep the belt too long, to be honest with you. I think Rollins is going to keep it for a while. I don't think Kofi's going to keep it for too long. If there's not a
Okay.
unifying thing, if they don't unify the belts and Rollins wins everything, I see Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens taking the belts from him, or Ali turning heel and saying you took my spot, that was supposed to be me, and fucking destroying him or something. I can see that happening. But
Who do you think is going to take the belts off Becky Lynch? Or they stick one of the belts at least anyway?
Asuka.
Okay.
If it's not a whole work with Sasha Banks and Sasha actually takes them from her, I think Asuka's gonna take them. Lacey Evans is not gonna win
Okay.
at all. I think it's gonna be.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if that's the case.
I think Becky's gonna have him for a while. Like everybody's gonna come at her from both shows, but I don't see her having the belts at Survivor Series.
Okay.
I don't think so. Would be a shame, but I don't think so. I think Kofi's the one that's gonna.
The thing is, her last reign our second reign as SmackDown Women's Champion pretty much lasted roughly around as long as our first one. She won on the September pay-per-view, lost to the TLC. 2016. 2 years later, won at the September pay-per-view, lost to the TLC. So hopefully she has the reign longer than 3 months at least.
I think,
anyway.
yeah, I think so. I think she will. But I don't expect her to have it at Survivor Series. I don't think so. If Ronda stays and if Sasha stays, I think it's going to be horsewomen versus horsewomen at Survivor Series. They've been building up towards that.
Like that's what I kind of been sort of predicting though that's going to happen at Survivor Series.
That's going to be the main. Like they're building Becky up a bunch, and they're probably going to bring up Shayna.
Well, she's the biggest like star.
She's the biggest feminine star
overall,
in the roster. I agree. Yeah.
I say she's the biggest star in the roster.
Yeah, I think Kofi's probably rivaling her a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of like merch selling and like fan reaction and stuff like that, though, like Becky's been so on fire for sure enough the whole storyline they had with her and Ronda and Charlotte wasn't the best, but she's been like kind of ever since SummerSlam last year, she's just gone up and up and up and up and up. Kofi's thing was like what, a month ago?
Yeah, I agree. Oh, I don't know what the plans are. I have no idea what they're going to do, but yeah, nice. Who will take it off? Rollins? I'm thinking Roman Reigns.
Make him turn heel at last.
At long last. Yeah. I think it will be Seth Rollins who's going to turn heel. Or maybe once the fans come down from the whole, okay, he's back from surviving cancer and we have to hate him again. Probably, the problem.
I think there's people already like that though.
I heard there were
people.
Very nasty people.
There was booze. There was booze after when he was there. I did hear a bit of booze after that thing at the end of Raw.
I did hear booze. Yeah.
When he came out.
I heard booze at WrestleMania. Actually.
Yeah, people speculated that wasn't because towards him. It was more towards the fan, the people doing the wave and people stopping. But I did hear booze as well. I did hear a bit of booze when he came out.
Yeah, I don't think the whole cancer survivor thing is gonna last too long.
No, they're just gonna go back to boo. But the thing is, if they keep him out of the main event picture title long enough, then maybe.
Yeah. But that's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen though. Most people are going to go. Go back to normal then. It doesn't. I don't mind anyway because I'm not one of those people who boo him. Like I said last year on the podcast, I was just indifferent to him.
Yeah.
I don't hate him or I like him now, but I wouldn't say he's not one of my favorites now. Like I'm just indifferent to him.
He's not one of my favorites for sure, but I mean He's got a good attitude. I love the way he reacted at the end of his match when he won, when he took that pause and just, reflected, thought I almost wasn't here anymore or stuff like that, I think I like that a lot. It was a lot of WrestleMania of emotions, man, from,
Yeah.
I mean, way more than last year, so...
You remember this WrestleMania more about the moments where WWE, that's what WWE loves doing, plugging WrestleMania moments. You'll remember it more about, of course, moments than the matches.
I think it's for mostly for the moments than the matches that you have WrestleMania. Like it's the big payoff for stuff,
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next couple of months. We'll see what's going to happen. So, you had anything else to add? Because we're over the 3 hour mark. We're gonna go as long
Yeah.
as WrestleMania.
Yeah, fuck at this point. I just want to talk about my experience
Oh yeah,
after
that's right. Yeah,
WrestleMania.
what happened?
The nightmare that a lot of people had were, um, it was thousands of people pretty much stranded, and you had a choice of you either had to wait on a train, which came every so often or so, like a train or trains came though and get to back to. No, it went to Junction Secaucus, I think it was called, and then you take this another train back to Manhattan. Either get an Uber and pay $100 or even more. Some people, I think I heard, like sometimes up to $250 just to get back into Manhattan, which is like
That's
ludicrous.
insane,
Or get a bus or something. But the fact is, there's just a lot of people, and some people were waiting there till 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning to get back home, to get back to the hotel or wherever they were staying. You said that the thing was over about after 12:30, pretty much.
I think 12:27.
Yeah, this like half 12,
pretty
pretty much rounded out. I pretty much wasn't back at my hotel until like around that time, 3 hours later.
Okay.
Because I was waiting on a train. I think there were several going at once or something, but then I think only one was going because there's I think one of them, something happened because I think someone had an accident, one of them or something, had to take it off, therefore the trains weren't going for a while. I had to wait, and then all of a sudden it went normal, and then it started raining about an hour, roughly an hour or so, maybe a bit shorter after the show finished. Luckily, it did not happen during the main event, or luckily it didn't happen during the show itself where it started raining. Thank goodness for that. I'm just glad that didn't happen, because that would have sucked.
Yeah, I agree.
But it started pouring rain though once they left there, and it's just like,
that's the freezing rain we got.
Yeah, it was really bad. Like there was a few people like singing the Queen stuff and that there, trying to keep the spirits high. I was like fine, and then also like it was a few people. It was these guys talking about wrestling as well. I sort of just followed them on the train and followed them back on the trains back to the hotel. It's fun as well, but it wasn't like really bad. Now I'm sure like it was crap enough though. Like I felt sorry for people who were still there though. Like when I was back in my hotel, because I'm sure there was people
probably
still
people
there,
stuck
back in the still there. Yeah, because it's like they say 82,000 people, don't know, which of course is bollocks. So it's probably like 5 to 10,000 less than that, maybe less. Probably 60 odd, 70 odd thousand, I'd say overall. In terms of like paid people, not all like every single other person who's not there for behind the scenes stuff.
Of course, there was
a
ton of people, but I mean, not as much as WWE wants you to believe.
No. Like, I still don't understand. Like, why do that though? Just make this figure abnormally more than it actually is.
Yeah. Well, they love doing that, so.
Yeah. Like their whole biggest thing at WrestleMania 3, 93,000 is that there.
Yeah.
Was it 93,173 or something? I think it is.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. That's a lot.
And I think it was like 70, I think it was like 78,000 or something, or 70 something thousand, I think it was in reality. But yeah, like I said, that was just a bit of a crappy experience. So after the Mania,
yeah,
just
I agree.
It put a bit of a damper on the festivities. So people would have, it did suck though. Like apparently the New Jersey Transit were informed that the show was going along that wasn't informed for the shows going on until like the night before. Okay. They actually it was like a story like they were told, I think, that was going to end at 10:30.
Okay.
Which is like
normal pay-per-views and around that time.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, yeah. Did you? I just said, did you check the last few WrestleManias?
Yeah, exactly.
They always ended like
2 hours.
Fucking 5 hours, like 2 hours after that. Yeah, that was part of the thing there. That's the reason why they didn't have the staff and stuff like that. No, those stuff like that as well. That was pretty much reason why it was a bit of a nightmare for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, I admit. You got to your hotel at what time? 3 o'clock?
It's after 3, but probably half 3.
Wow, okay. You must not have gotten up too early in the morning.
I think I did though. I think I got up like fucking. Well, I got home at 3 out that back hotel after 3, but I actually didn't go to bed till like after 4.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, and then I probably got up at like 9 or 10, I think. Then I guess. So it was like 5-6 hours sleep.
So what time was your flight that day? Oh no, you didn't come back that day. That's right. You were raw.
No, I didn't go back, and I came back on a Wednesday. I did say that. I was just I'm glad I didn't have to go. I wasn't going home that day because I would have been.
Yeah, you would have been dead.
I probably would have been more. I would have been more pissed though if my fight was the next day though.
You would have been dead.
But I wasn't, unfortunately. Yeah, I've been like, yeah. Especially if my flight was like, say, if my flight was say like 12 o'clock or like 1 o'clock or something, that day I would have been really annoyed. Because I would have had to been up at like fucking.
You didn't do anything until Raw that day, or?
I think I just went around, walked around. No, was it? I think I did. No, I think I did Central Park that day. Walked about in Central Park, so I did. Took photos that day.
Man, I would have done nothing.
And then I went to.
Maybe went out in the afternoon, but not really. I wouldn't have done anything. I would have stayed in bed until.
Nah, I wasn't like I wasn't because that's what I did last year. My last day, like last full day in New Orleans, I pretty much just stayed in my hotel like the afternoon. I was kind of like, I didn't really want to do something like that again, to be honest. Because this was like wasting my last afternoon in New Orleans, pretty much before the SmackDown show. Was basically in my hotel room, just doing nothing.
Yeah, but you still had SmackDown the other day, so you could have, stayed a little bit in bed and go late in the afternoon, go around a little bit.
Yeah. I kind of wish I'd explored more of New York anyway, though. But like I saw enough though. Like went to the like World Tower, the World Trade Center like memorial. Went to like in Central Park, so I went to Times Square. Went on a subway a lot of times. I used to shit out of the Metro card I got. That was one of my favorite things about New York. Actually, was the subway. If not my favorite thing, I just loved going around the subway trains. It was pretty cool. He just made all cast of characters on those trains, like people begging for money and stuff like that, and and there's people just trying to mind their own business and stuff like that as well.
Why are there so many people here this week?
Yeah, like there's certain time of day though where the subway is like bunged. It's like just completely you can't move. You have to just try to stand still and not like bump into each other. And there's other times it's like, yep, just take your seat. There's plenty of room here.
Probably between when there's no work or anything, when people aren't working.
Yeah, it's like usually probably I'd say probably about 8 to 10 a.m. maybe around 9 or so. That's probably when it's like busiest, and then like it's like 4 to 6 p.m. afternoon times. Probably that's when it's the busiest then. Like when people are going to work or coming home from work and stuff like that. It's probably the busiest hours, I assume.
Yeah, that must be same thing. It's pretty much the same thing here, to be honest. Like it's starting at 9, maybe 9 a.m. It starts getting really quiet. Like it's nobody on the street or whatever. So, yep.
Oh, there's plenty of people on the street now because a lot of people like myself are tourists.
Yeah.
Loads of people. That's one of the things. It's very hectic in New York. You're not gonna walk around unless it's like it's probably the only time you're gonna see no one around. It's pretty much like in the dead of night. When I was like walking back to my hotel like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, over here it's pretty much there's less people than in New York, of course, but there's still a lot of people, especially during the summer. A lot of people hanging out. But yeah, I can imagine Toronto's going to be hell at SummerSlam when they do that. Do they do that at the baseball stadium SummerSlam this year, or is it at the arena? I wonder.
It's what's it called? The Scotch Nova.
Scotiabank.
Something? Yeah.
Okay, Scotiabank. Yeah, okay,
Arena,
it's the arena.
Called.
Okay, they're not doing it outside.
Yeah.
At the Sky Dome, where WrestleMania 18 was, and
on 6.
6, yeah.
No, it's just the arena.
Might be less
weird.
Less crowded.
No, yeah, that's it. Yeah, definitely less crowded. It's not gonna be like loads of people in there day.
Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll try to plan something to go there.
Do so. You should try.
Yeah, it's
sometime.
a nice little road trip. It's going to be like July. When was SummerSlam? July, August?
What's August 11th? Okay.
That's a nice little road trip. Like rent a hotel room, like leave Friday, and come back maybe Tuesday or Monday afternoon or something. I don't know if they're going to do Raw and SmackDown in Toronto.
Yeah, I think all it's like it's NXT, Raw.
Oh, there. Okay. Yeah, well, I'll go to all of them then.
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Come back Wednesday.
Yeah.
And there's not a whole lot to visit in
Toronto.
We can't do
the travel.
So I've been to Toronto twice, so there's not a whole lot.
Oh, okay. So it's not one of those places where you need like a week or so to go around it?
No. It's probably the CN Tower and maybe one or two other things around, but not a whole lot of anything in Toronto.
There's a part of me that actually does want to go and try and see if I can get as cheap as flights and tickets as possible not there and try and go again because I kind of do want to go and the SummerSlam. Like I'd kind of like to go to at least one of the big four pay-per-views.
I would honestly, I would prefer to go
I'd
to
like to go to
Royal Rumble, but
yeah. Like I'd probably like to go to Royal. I'm thinking I might go to the Royal Rumble next year instead of WrestleMania. But like I said, I'll have to wait and see because it will be cheaper overall.
I think so. Yeah.
That'll be the thing.
You don't have all the matches. You don't have all the activities and other.
Yeah, you don't have all the activities. Just have the WWE stuff and that's it. There you go. Just there's these 4 nights or whatever.
NXT.
There you go. You don't have like all
Royal Rumble,
NXT,
Raw, SmackDown.
That's going to be interesting as well because that's going to be Survivor Series will be the first one though, but it will be the first one where the whole thing is going to be changed now, where SmackDown will be on Friday nights.
Yeah, that's right. It'll be on Friday.
So it'll just be the thing.
That's right. Yeah, I wonder how they're going to do that now. That's right.
Especially next year's WrestleMania. Like, I'm curious to see what it's going to be like now. It's going to be Hall of Fame on Thursday night, SmackDown on Friday, Takeover on Saturday or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder how they're going to do that. That's right. I forgot about that. That's going to be a thing to check. Is how it's going. How they managed to do that. Well, yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Right. I think we have to end this now, Dennis.
Almost 3.5 hours.
Yeah. We're all tuckered out. It's just half the length of flipping WrestleMania pretty much.
Half the length of WrestleMania.
It's the length of Takeover.
Yeah, pretty much. 3.5 hours, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I might try and we'll probably do this again next year if I end up going to Wrestlemania again, or maybe go to Royal Rumble or something.
Tampa
We'll
Bay.
just have to wait and see. Tampa Bay, where I'll need a lot of sunblock. I actually did get sunburn on my neck. So
well, New York is
it's
much better than here. The temperatures are. Was it cold or was it nice?
Well, it was warm enough though. It was a cold like a couple like the Friday was like cold because it was raining. So it was, but most of the other days was like sunny enough. But it wasn't like it was nice and warm enough. So it was actually it was a bit hot. Like I actually didn't expect to get sunburned no. But anyway, that's
your Irish pasty white. So you need to.
Yeah, I don't work on the sun that well. I'm pretty much like Seamus.
Exactly.
Pasty. Yeah. But anyway, thank you, Dennis, for talking wrestling.
Don't know when we'll be back with the United Kingdom, but we'll see.
Yeah. I might do one sometime down the road.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I haven't really played a whole lot of games though. That's the thing.
No, me neither. Not a ton.
Like I bought 4 games last month now, and that was probably the most I've bought like this year thus far. But other than that, I don't know. And there's nothing I'm particularly looking to get until June.
Yeah. Me neither. I don't think so anyway.
We need to get back into division, of course.
No, you need to go and get back into the division.
Yeah, I need to get back into division.
I don't.
You've done it probably. You
no,
finished
not
it,
yet.
have you?
I'm level 23. I didn't play at all last week. I played a little bit last night. My friends, the guys I was playing with, they played all of last week. They finished the game, and they did all the fortresses also. So I can't play with them because it's Destiny-ish. You get to level 30, and then you get a gear level after that.
Yeah, that was the case. That was the thing with the division before as well. The first one.
And
right, that's it. This day.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that offline.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.